Hello and welcome back to Broad Strokes Plays presents Walk on Rolls, Dungeons, and Detention, where every episode is a roll of the dice and a hope that we have a lucky break. I am your headmaster, Kevin Allen. Thank you for joining me here tonight. And also thank you for joining our man behind the scenes, our director, Justin Zagri. Give him a little round of applause. He'll hear you. He'll hear you. Oh, and we're also joining you and me and Justin with my patient and fabulous players, Liana Manassian.
Hello.
Zachary Jaworski.
Hello.
Garrett Schwackhauser.
Hello.
And Katie Katulik. Hello. How was everyone's week? Thank you all, players, and everyone in the chat for coming back to join us. You guys have a good week?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Been
Good.
busy but good, you know.
Yeah.
Excited.
I just want to check in with you every once in a while to see how you guys are doing.
Yep, alive. Both feet on the ground. Heading in the right direction.
Oh, did my hello not come in?
No, I did
said
it for
hello.
you.
So anytime I sing, does that not come through?
I don't know.
Oh,
give
that's
us
a
give us a couple bars.
I already did. I said hello.
There it is.
No.
I came through.
Oh, get out of here, Garrett. Oh my god.
I swear it didn't the first time.
I'm never gonna believe you.
Oh boy.
Sorry. We're doing great, Kevin. We're doing great.
I could tell. I'm glad everyone is excited for tonight's episode. I absolutely am myself. I hope you guys enjoy it, though. It's gonna be pretty note heavy. So I hope you brought your wands, but I really hope you brought your pens and parchment, if you will. Great. We got one that's shaped like a donut and a panda at the same time. I think we're in a good hand.
A donut panda.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that it's a brew?
It was from a certain type of themed party that maybe we're not a part of, but
Yeah, it's okay.
It's
Mine's a feather.
Shh. Zach, don't ask questions. We don't talk about it, okay? Just like Bruno.
I was gonna say.
Well, let's talk about last week's
I
episode.
know.
Sorry. He likes to make references to movies that he hasn't seen, but he says the
That's
quotes from
right.
them, and I just think that's like it's like blasphemy. I'm
Goonies
sorry.
never say die.
We gotta focus here, Kevin. What's going on? I know he's never seen Goonies.
Oh, for shame.
But I know what
No.
they say or don't say.
Yeah, he sure does.
All right.
We talked about Fibonacci sequence and the golden
Yeah.
ratio.
Oh yeah.
There were
We did.
spirals.
We learned about Fibonacci. We learned about chemistry a little bit in the form of potions. We
I
learned
learned
about
about-
how to do a magic eye so that you can see into the future
Yes.
with a mirror.
Yeah, you cross
Yeah.
your eyes and you wake
Outside.
up.
Yeah.
I learned about Alex's chemistry with his note passing pal behind him.
Yeah, I made a friend.
Yeah, you did. And
I
you
also
learned
ate-
literally nothing.
I ate a public sub and I was very happy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we dedicated like 20 minutes to Publix. We are so excited when we go to Orlando soon to go to Publix.
We were telling our friends, like, they were like, oh, you're going back there. And he goes, well, maybe at Publix they have. And we're like, we know what Publix is. We were so excited to tell our coworker who was also from like Florida area, Orlando or whatever. He was also very proud that you guys thought so highly of Publix because he too thought very highly.
Floridians are pretty hype.
And
So funny.
speaking of public subs, the votes are in, and tonight I award inspiration to the Publix chicken sub.
Wow, all right. I'm gonna re-roll.
Honest. Honestly, they earned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For real.
No, we did touch on something that happened a lot last week. You all made friends. Alex was passing notes to a peculiar girl named Rain. JJ shared words with an enthusiastic boy named Ray, no relation to Rain. Anahit noticed a quiet boy named Arthur, and Paris met a very curious girl named Libby, who you gave several tips for mirror gazing to.
Oh yeah, and then you
And-
like destroyed her brain by
Yeah.
recounting what happened to
That's
your
not-
grandma.
That's not Paris's fault. All of Paris's
Details.
advice,
Effie.
I think, was good advice. And for that, she got 10 points for her Ruby homeroom. And we also got some great advice in that same conversation from one of our new friends, Jade Knight, letting us know how a chia pet actually works. So once Jade decides which homeroom they'd like to sort themselves into, 5 points to them. Which Sapphire and Amethyst are still in the lead, but now Ruby and Emerald are neck and neck for third place. This leaves
Ooh.
Amber far behind in the competition, but do not worry, Alex, because do not worry, Zach, because Alex is doing just fine for himself. Once again, proving just how much of a boss he is when given the opportunity. Alex was the one who was awarded inspiration for tonight's episode.
Ends a G.
Ooh.
Yeah. But real talk, everyone, this was the closest vote we've had so far. And I have to say, though, with only one new set of classes left before night falls and Alex rejoins his fellow misfits, I have a feeling that you, Zach, will use inspiration to get everybody in trouble again. So let's get to it.
Yes.
Yeah, as we left off, you all were about leaving class. Well, let me correct myself. The girls were leaving lunch and heading toward their new classes, which the next class, which is mass zoology out front.
Woo.
So, Alex
I
had
left in the tree. I carved my name in one of the magic zoology trees, and it just says JJ was here. Just so you guys, maybe I don't know if you see it or not, but it's in one of the trees. One of the trees.
Cool, cool.
Did you spell it WUZ? Was?
Yeah, I thought I
Really
thought I
cool.
emphasized that with how I said it. Yeah. Listen, we haven't taken a grammar class yet.
JJ, however,
Garrett.
is cleaning himself up from potions
That's
after
true.
his exploded, and Alex is stepping away from oh my god, numerology.
War.
He's
Out
stepping
to the
away
main
from
courtyard.
war.
Is stepping away from war. Yeah, the war of fractions and such. So I think, but I mean, is anyone really eager to get to their next class, start things off tonight? Or shall I be a DM?
You got it.
That's up to you.
Okay. JJ, let's start with you.
Great. My robes are
So-
covered in goo, correct?
Yeah, little splatters of goo. I mean, it kind of just burst everywhere. Most of it stayed within the container. It just kind of seeped out with several small fractures around the potion. And thankfully, no harm was done. Ray's having a good laugh, if anything. And your professor is just commenting on that you probably didn't understand how measures work. Perhaps it was the translation.
Could there be something in the book that I should have read? Like, is there a book that tells me how to interpret measures?
Well, think of measures like parts to a recipe, like of a cool beverage. So if you added 4 measures of the Bezoar, you divide that one Bezoar into 4 parts.
Okay.
Think about it. If you took that Bezoar and divided it into 4 parts, one of those parts would be a measure. So then you would take an equal measure of your next ingredient. Or in this case, it was 2 for standard ingredient.
Do I get to do it again, or because I've broken this cauldron, is class over and then that's it?
Unfortunately, yes, we are out of time because the potion is a long one to set, but I still hope you learned something today, and you will get the opportunity to try again. As
Okay,
for the
great.
cauldron, yeah, this one's a little bit irreparable. The problem is the antidote has seeped into its porous material so much that trying to zap it back to its normal state, it thinks this is the normal state now.
Oh, because it's been
So
cured. It's been over cured.
exactly.
Cool. Oh, all
Yeah.
right. That's weird. So I guess sorry.
Magic is weird.
Magic is weird.
No need to apologize. Honestly, I want to apologize to you because, well, with the increase of students this year, we've exhausted every available cauldron. So we're gonna have to split up some groups and have some shares. So I'm gonna send Ray. You're gonna be with Soren and the other students on that table here, and JJ. I'm gonna partner you with Cadis and I forget the names. I'm learning the names.
It's okay, Kate. This is
So
great. Sorry, Ray. It was really nice getting to know you, man. Um, yeah, I
yeah,
don't.
muchacho.
What house are you in so we can hang out?
Oh, I'm in that blue. We'll
Oh,
see
oh,
each
you're
other
in.
around.
Oh, all right. Well, cool. Hey,
Yeah, I'm probably a floor up, so come see me sometime.
all right. Are you a grade above me? Are you older than me?
Well, no, but I was here before, so the new students are tend to be on the first floor. It's just how
Oh,
they like to
okay.
do it.
Hey, where are we? Do you know?
Uh, well, potions
No,
is
no, no. I
at the
mean, like,
front of the
where are
school.
we in the world? Like,
Ah,
are we? Where
no,
are
no,
we? You don't know? They
uh,
don't tell anybody? Weird.
uh, yeah, I know it's crazy here.
All right. Well, it was nice to meet you, man. And I walk out of the class to
Oh,
the bathrooms to
oh,
go
oh,
wash
all right.
myself.
I'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
All right.
I'm heading to the restrooms to I guess my room. I don't know, like to wash
I'm
off
just
my robes.
curious. Yeah, yeah, which is right around the corner, I believe.
Cool.
Yeah, see, I can do that. Yeah, you can bounce out, no problem. All right, so while you're doing that, let's check in with Alex. Alex, most of the classes already stepped out. You are on the ground floor, right in front of the staircases, and that's good for you because your next class in the astronomy observatory or the planetarium, as it's called, is obviously on the highest floor.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Um,
So
okay.
you tell me what you want to do.
I mean, I'm guessing I'm just gonna make my way to the next class. It's only like the break between classes. I'm assuming I don't have any issues getting there. I'm gonna get around. I'm gonna look around to see if there's anyone I know in the class.
Well, let me tell you about what it's like to get there because you guys
Okay.
haven't been using the stairs a whole heck of a lot. So I've kind of been leaving out some details from the first class when you guys did take the stairs. Um, you saw on your maps that I provided each of you that it seems like there's a set of stairs and then there's a platform, and you really don't have a sense of what is up and down, like where the bottom of the stair is and where the top of the stair is in this 2D image.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because the way that these stairs work are the stairs come to you. To You'll step on one of the platforms, and either the stair will ascend or descend, depending on which floor you're on, to take you where you need to go.
Okay.
Just something to share with you. So you might have to wander around and find a staircase that's currently on the first floor that will lead you to the second, and then wait for it to change or find another one changing to lead up to the third floor.
So it's functionally like an escalator, but not literally.
Yeah, it's just it changes which direction it's heading sometimes.
Cool. Yeah. Let's get on one and wait for it to give me the ups.
Awesome. Yeah, so just a little note I thought you as a someone from the mundane world would find exciting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So enjoy the ride, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
As you make your way up there and you head toward the astronomy's planetarium, you do recognize, maybe for a moment, the girl who was also passing notes with Rain.
With rain, yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, she is wearing um a silvery it kind of like has this, you could see the thread count, spun
Mhm.
garment with a lot of embroidery into it. She's a young witch with straight brown hair and gray eyes and clutching a book that says the manual. Yeah. But that's really all you as far as people you recognize.
Okay.
Oh, and Cat, of course.
Yeah, forget cat. Um,
That poor
Big
kid.
bad origin story starts right now.
um, you know what? I'll pop down next to this yet unnamed girl.
Oh, so when you walk into the room, um, give me one moment. It's a little different than most of the other rooms, mostly in that it's round. It is a the stone walls that are this kind of golden tan hue bleed upward and then change into a dusky orange. And it's not because the walls are changing color, but it's because they're changing opacity. It's as if it bleeds away like a. I like to picture like when a video game is loading and not all of the details are quite in yet. As your eye draws upwards to the dome's top, everything gets much, much darker, and you can see the stars, which is a beautiful contrast to the thinly slit windows where the actual orange light from the setting-ish sun
Yeah, because it's still
is
day.
shining through. Yeah, so you were looking like in the library. It's very similar to the library where you could see the sky above, except it's missing daylight, so to speak. You are getting to see past the reflections of the sun's rays in the ozone layer and through to the celestial bodies above. In the center of the room, on a slanted pole, is a dark blue orb. There's a grandfather clock off against one of the walls, but most of the room is bare, with the exception of some interesting looking devices such as telescopes and charts. Um, that compassy thing that you used in math class, but never actually knew what the purpose was. Draw circles, I guess.
A
Aside from a few things
protractor.
here and there, it's mostly bare so that you can see
Okay,
a full 360-degree view of the heaven.
Yeah, okay. I put my stuff down, and I'm immediately entranced by this orb in the center of the
Awesome.
and I approach it. Does it do anything? Like I go up to it, kind of like get near and like wave my hands over to see if anything happens.
It's a globe.
Okay.
It's a globe of the night sky. It's dark blue with painted in gold and silver and a little bit of bronze and copper. Stars all around it with chalk lines, like faded chalk lines connecting some dots here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And as you wave your hand over it and start to move it, you see that the night sky above you is changing ever so slightly.
Cool.
Kind of like it's a projection
Cool.
map. Mm-hmm.
Does it have like any markings on it that have like a base point, like a center point or a point where it rests before it like operates
As
away?
you let go of it, it centers itself back to where it started, which,
Cool.
I mean, it's a globe, and globes point north
Yeah.
at the top. So Polaris is marked at the top
Okay.
with a very bright star. Or a big star, I should say. Bright above you, big on the globe. As you're admiring it, a tall, husky man with modest black robes, but kind of dressed like someone who's really into steampunk, but without all the doodads, comes
Mhm.
up to you and says, um, "Ah, you're an admirer of my globe."
Yeah, yes, it's amazing. Is this sky what it looks like right out there right now?
Yes, this is the actual sky above us. I saw that you did manage to move the heavens, as it were. No small feat.
Uh, uh
Uh, but yes, it's resetting back to the current night sky above us.
Interesting. I scurry
Yeah.
back to my stuff. and start tracing down an approximation of the sky as it is.
Seeing your excitement, the professor begins his lecture and says, "Our ancient ancestors watched the night sky for entertainment, inspiration, and guidance. They saw the changing moon phases. They imagined animals and people, stories projected into the stars, and created elaborate myths about these constellations above us. And they organized their lives around the celestial clockwork of the night sky. Because of 7 heavenly bodies, just 7, we have our entire calendar, all of our calendars. The sun dictates the year, the moon dictates the months, the planets dictate the days of the week, and of course the one we're standing on tells us what our day is. Would anyone care to find out a little more of how we got here?" This is me asking you guys how much you want me to get in my lecture.
Alex is very focused on his task and trying to copy exactly what he's seeing right now.
Great. I'm going to do the lecture. I'm going to let you do this and interrupt me whenever you're ready, okay?
Sure.
So currently, so the sun is in Pisces. When the sun is in Pisces, it's in a vernal equinox, the start of our spring, our year. When it moves into Gemini, one of these 12 constellations, and as he like he takes his wand and he's like highlighting around the globe, and so some of the stars just kind of spark a little brighter as he goes around. When they pass through these constellations, that's how we know what month we're in. That's one of the ways we know what month we're in and what season we're in. When it's Gemini, we've reached the summer solstice. When it's in Virgo, the autumnal equinox. When it's in Sagittarius, it's the winter solstice. And that's how we find our seasons. And when it comes back around to spring, that's how we've completed a year. But it's the moon that tells us what month it is, because there are 12 lunar cycles per year. Going through these 13 constellations, we decided to cast aside poor Ophiuchus and just narrow it down to the 12 of the common zodiac that I'm sure many of you are already familiar with. And 12, it's those 28 days of the moon turning around that create our month, give or take. And that 28 is a magic number because it breaks down into 7, and 7 is the real magic number. So there's 7 heavenly bodies. That's the sun, the moon, and then he starts pointing at the map. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Now each one of these days, as the Greeks saw, each one of these heavenly bodies, as the Greeks saw, began a day. And they assigned every day to one of them and named them for each one of these gods. And if those of you who speak Latin-based languages see the connection as being rather obvious, but many of the English names, they decided to switch out some for the Norse gods. So Jupiter, the Roman god of thunder, was replaced with Thor, and Friday, Freya is for Freya. But yeah, these planets dictate our days. Mercury being the fastest moving planet, named for the messenger god. Venus, the brightest one, named for the goddess of love and trust. Mars, the red planet, named for the god of war. Jupiter is the largest here, and that's why it's the brightest of the stars. Is named for the king of the gods, while Saturn, it feels like a dimmer version of Jupiter, and it's thus named for Jupiter's father. And of course, we have the moon, Monday, the sun, Sunday. But every day is Earth Day. And I say that not only because, yeah, thank you. And I say that because it's obviously the rotation of the Earth that tells us when the day begins, when the day ends. Sunrise, and he points out the window. Sunset. Actually, you know what? Let me do this right.
Sunset.
Yeah. There we go.
Sunrise, sunset.
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 Is that Bright Eyes?
That's Fiddler on the Roof.
That's Fiddler on the
As
Roof.
you're taking
That's
notes,
a Bright Eyes song too.
That's
as you're
amazing.
taking notes, Alex, there's just some old Jewish man playing fiddle just outside the observatory, because you're on the top floor, you can hear him.
Yeah, no, he's
Oh,
just on the roof.
distracting.
Just outside.
What will I do with my daughter? Oh.
And then he goes on, it says, now does anyone know about a particular celestial phenomenon that occurs on one of these cycles that we're experiencing right now? and it kind of like looks up to the sky. And as he's going on, Alex, someone next to you is saying, "Are you really left-handed?" As you're writing, taking notes.
Yes, yes. Why?
It's the girl in the silvery dress who you met earlier. She's just like, "How do you not smear it?"
You have to just raise your wrist up. It's kind of uncomfortable. You get used to it.
It looks uncomfortable. And she gets back and in a little piece of paper starts writing a little note, and then it folds itself up into a very not like the paper airplane that you saw before, but a perfectly shaped polygon that rolls itself like down your arm and into your lap.
Oh, that was neat. I put down my pen and forget about my task. How did you do that?
She like gestures at it because where are you sitting in the class?
I mean, I popped it wherever she was. I don't know where she would have been.
Well, like the divination class you also saw before, in order so that everyone has a good, everyone's kind of against the walls, and it's not the stadium style seating. It's really just like a lot of chairs all pointed in the same direction. So there's not really a front row or back row. It's just everyone's right there. So
give us a compass direction. Are you northwest, southwest? It's a circle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, northwest. This is fine.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, the note is like in your lap, and you're rigorously taking your own notes, and then she's passing a note to you in your lap that the teacher probably can see as he's making his way around, doing his theater in the round.
I look at the note. I guess
it unravels. You unravel it, pardon me, and it just says, "So who are you?" written on it. And then, as I'm assuming you kind of react at her. She looks at it. She looks at it again, and she drawing in air. Another note appears on the same piece of paper.
Oh, cool! So just more words. Neat.
Yeah, that says, "It's an animated charm." Duh.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, indeed. So, while you just bask in that moment for a minute, let's stop here and head over to see how the girls are doing on their way to Mazazoology. You guys don't have very far to go. You've probably already made your way out front, where the class has gathered, and you're making your way around the school.
Do they hear the echoing of matchmaker?
Well, we know what the school musical is this semester.
Oh my god.
You hear the caw of crows in the cool dusk air, a faint violin playing overhead. You pass by the tree with JJ was here carved into.
Were we still waiting for Diamond to come back?
Oh, with the chia pet.
You found her at the very end of the last episode. You saw Diamond approach, and she safely retrieved the porcelain fox to you. So you know what?
Okay.
If you want, we can start.
No, that's fine. Just wanted to double check. Just checking on her.
Yeah.
That's all. All good.
Yeah. Sorry, it was my assumption. So please correct me if I'm wrong. That you scooped her up, her and the porcelain fox, and to your bag for safekeeping.
Well, I would probably give the fox to Anahit because she's gonna have the
Okay.
seeds and stuff. Is that cool? You cool to take that, Anahit?
Yes, I'll keep it safe in my bag.
Perfect.
Hopefully I can get those seeds too.
Yeah. I got faith in you.
What kind of seeds are you guys gonna use? Hi.
Students are asking you things as we walk to class.
Mind your own business, kid.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You are all following the older woman with wispy hair sticking out of a purple hat. She's got big round glasses and a very pleasant demeanor. She's leading everyone past the wall that you all escaped from way back when, last night. And especially Anahit, I think, would notice the bramble patches that were guarding the exit as you walk by. But you make your way further down to the wooden slats of the stables, where she has told everyone to wait patiently while she steps inside and comes out. Sorry, she doesn't step aside yet. She's gathered everyone, including yourselves, and says, "Now, returning students have already know this, but I like to start off the school year every time by introducing everybody to someone very special to us here at Havenhearth School of Sorcery. Special for a number of reasons. It's a symbol of renewal, as old as the sun. It's a symbol of the sun, of time, consecration, resurrection, life in the heavenly paradise, Christ, Virgin Mary, virginity itself, the exceptionable man, many aspects of Christendom, as well as the Empire, which honestly could be anywhere, as it's been a symbol for entire cities. So say it with me, everyone. We're going to meet our school mascot.
Out of the school mascot.
Phoenix.
The Phoenix!
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, uh-oh.
No, I remember this,
Oh.
but I wasn't in that other class, so how would I know? Uh-oh.
That's right,
Oh.
exactly. So she steps inside the stables and comes back with a big leathery gauntlet with a beautiful reddish, yellowish bird perched on her arm. And she says, Phoenixes are smart, they are very fast, and they are very friendly birds, and Miss Bedelia Glimmer, or as I like to call her, is just so friendly with her. She got these floofy cheeks, and she's so pretty with her eyes. And then, you know, the returning students are like, you know, yeah, cool. Yeah, school mascot. It's a nice bird. All the returning students are actually very excited and
Beautiful plumage!
yeah, they're shouting beautiful plumage and wonderful British accents. And she's about to get into her lecture when the bird squawks and she looks over, and you all can see this young man with brown eyes and brown locks of hair with dark brows that have a very intense expression. But his skin is alabaster pale, and he's got this sharp jawline and cheekbones. You know, he's kind of average height, but he is lean and muscular, and he is striding up. And she says, "Oh, Brahm! This is Brahm."
This is Brahm. Oh, wow, he's so handsome.
Yeah, I'm gonna remind our audience that Anahit is traveling with a love sachet. I'm just reminding everybody.
I was just gonna whisper to Paris. Oh my gosh, who is that?
He's got some nice skin.
Yes, he does.
He's admittedly far away, but he has an intense presence, and he's kind of noticeable. Also, the bird squawked at him. Also, she pointed him out. And you can see that he's got reins in his hand. And they're kind of peeking around the corner. As he gets closer and closer, you start to hear noises. Kind of gruff ones. This, like, rumbling sound. Very low, very calm, but pretty mighty. And peeking around the bend, high up, you see the snout, a scaly snout, going. And you see the first head of a dragon.
Oh snap!
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, how big is this dragon?
It's a modest size. I would say it reaches up to almost. It can like perch its head up to the second story, like just about get to it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
What color is it?
It is dark gray, like slate gray, with beautiful green eyes. And as it bends around, you can see it's got one tooth just kind of sticking out of its mouth. One very noticeable tooth.
Snaggletooth?
Yes.
Thanks.
And then you hear a loud, like high-pitched squeal, almost like a shriek, almost like that of a bird, or let's say a velociraptor. It's the way I want to. Which is odd because the dragon that you're seeing didn't move. No, that's the one behind it. So a larger dragon that could easily look into the second story comes around, and this one is sandy colored with white marking going on its face. And it comes around the bend. And Braum, as it gets away, kind of heals them. So he's just close enough that everyone can see these beasts coming around, but keeping the distance. So, Miss Penwalton screams, "Oh, Braum! Oh, I didn't think they were like it's early. They're earlier than I expected." And Braum begins this conversation with her about how the dragons, well, they're here. I mean, where should I put them? And he says, no, wait, this is perfect. Okay. She says, okay, Bedelia, like, you're so good, and I love you. We're gonna talk to you later, okay? Kind of like scooches the bird off her arm, and it flaps away back to the aviary on the top of the school, startling the fiddler.
Oh, my solo!
Catching the attention, catching the attentions of the dragons. And Miss Penwalton says, okay, everyone, come here. Come, I want to show you. These are my dragons. Come here. It's okay. It is okay. And she walks up to him and she just starts like putting her hand out to like their throats and their legs and stuff and give them. So she goes up, and feel free anybody to interrupt me whenever you. She walks up to the first one and says, "This is Mr. Darcy, and he's an Occidental's me dragon." And this dragon stands like proudly, very nobly.
Is this the gray one or the sandy one?
This is the gray one with the snaggle tooth.
The tiny one, okay, or the smaller one.
The smaller.
You call him tiny?
Get out of here.
No, yes, she's scratching him and pointing out that this is my oldest one, and he's been with me a long time, and the best dragon in the world. He's got a tooth, a little snaggle tooth. And yes, and she also points out that and sometimes he needs help scratching behind his ears. And so as she like starts petting upward to lean down and do this thing, and she gets behind like where you can't see it because it's a lizard, but where his ears are, and starts scratching his ear, and he leans on his hind leg, his one hind leg. Just kind of, you see this like twitching. He has 3 legs and a set of wings.
Oh, it's like Annalisa's kitty.
So anybody who knows me and my cats are going to be very familiar with my descriptions of these dragons.
Oh.
But this one's name is Mr. Darcy. And then this one, and she stops scratching it, and she goes over to the heavier, taller dragon, and said, and this one's Bingley, and he's a gentleman because he wears little gloves and little boots, and he's got this ascot, and she's pointing out that his claws are white the rest of him is sandy, but his claws are white. Both on his hind legs and his wings. She says, he's an American wyvern, so he does not have front legs. He has just wings that are his hands. And he's got this pointing this white mark in here, this little ascot. That's his ascot. You have a question? And she said, yeah, isn't he handsome?
Yeah, really great color. What happens? Do they shed? Like, do they shed a layer of their skin, like regular reptiles?
Yeah, they are. That's very good. What was your name?
Paris.
Paris. Wonderful. Yes, Paris is absolutely right. So both of these guys are varieties of dragons, which belong to the reptile family. And yes, every so often they shed their skin. They don't do it all at once like some snakes or lizards do, because they're just so big. So they do it a little bit at a time. And you'll see scales kind of... And then we sometimes collect those scales for...
Sorry, I think your voice cut out. You'll see the scales where?
You'll see the scales fall off every once in a while as they shed. Usually it's in the summer months, and that now they're still shedding a little bit. He's so itchy. He's so itchy. And we collect, when we can, we collect those scales, and we're really lucky if they do the lizard thing, and then we can use it to make protective clothing or equipment. It can be really handy. I know a guy who makes hats from them. And yes.
What do you feed the dragons?
Oh, I should have looked up actual information on this.
I want to know real dragon information.
Yeah.
Dragons have a very ranged diet. They are predators. If they, you know what? I'm gonna come back with this. Oh, I just remembered something else I wanted to look up that I didn't have, and now I feel bad that I'm not prepared for everybody. I wanted to look up. Someone asked me last time about what happens if a phoenix lays in a basilisk egg, and I'm not done with the question.
I mean, this is also your world. You could just make them eat pineapples.
Yeah, no, pineapples are definitely part of their diet.
I was influenced by yours, yeah.
Thank you.
And owls?
Well, I don't let them anywhere near the stable. Say far, far away. But they have a very ranged diet. They'll eat other small lizards, like alligators, crocodiles, or
Wow.
yeah. And then sometimes they how some lizards, like bugs, they really enjoy lobster and crustaceans, like that. And then I don't like to share this, which is why I've been so hesitant. Not because I don't know the answer, but because I have feeder goats and pigs for them. Deer sometimes are part of a dragon's diet. It really depends on the region that they come from. Yeah, so this me are from Russia, so bears on occasion. Not this guy though. He loves bears. They're the round ears, and they're a little too big for him. But the American wyvern is known to eat a lot of the farm animals.
Do they eat people?
Yeah. They can. I try to keep them on a strict diet where they don't want to eat people, but they could be so inclined. Yeah, dragons are they're rather dangerous. Like, for example, Bingley here, he's a good natured, he's a sweet boy, and this dragon is very vocal and just making a lot of noise. So a lot of students are like, but he loves chin scratches. He just loves chin scratches. And she does the same thing the other cat, where she's near his face to get him to set himself up for where she can just scratch his chin like this. But
These
he does
dragons
not
are
like
pets?
Tumby rubs. He
Are
does
these
not like
dragons
Tumby
are
rubs.
pets though?
Yes, I rescued them. Mm-hmm.
Have you had
They're
them
both
since they were
rescues.
have you had them since they were in an egg? Did you hatch them?
Uh, no, I didn't hatch them. I did get them from a nursery, or well,
Mm.
they were rescued. Most dragons you can find from a nursery if you get a breeder dragon, but these were from a shelter, and I don't know if they were found as eggs. They were very young when I got them, though, so they might have been eggs when the shelter found them.
Do dragons ever change colors after their scales come
Over time, when um Bingley, when I found him, he had stripes like a tiger, or a Tasmanian tiger, or an alpaca would have. But over time, the coloration kind of bled in itself and wash of sandy tan color. And you could see Mr. Darcy, because he is the distinguished gentleman that he is. He's starting to show signs of age. He's still just the handsome thing, and you would never know. He's so shy, you would never know it. But there's a little. It's paler around his eyes and his mouth, and you can see that. Yeah, there's his lips are curled back a little bit, and they're paler. There's like white scales, you know. Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm going to pause here because I feel like we've reached a natural lull in the conversation, and jump over to JJ.
It sounds like there might be a sound issue too, Kevin. I don't know if you saw that.
I did. I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
Okay,
So,
cool. Just wanted to double check.
well, while I talk to JJ then, oh boy. Yeah, I'll look into it, y'all. JJ, you were leaving.
You're muted.
I'm back.
What?
Back.
I'm muted.
No,
I was
you're not.
muted.
Sorry, Garrett was
You're-
muted.
You're good.
Oh,
You're fine.
y'all. JJ, you were leaving. Oh my gosh. Potions. You clean
Uh-huh.
yourself up in the bathroom.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And you're making your way to protective magic, also known as wards, which is in the same room as defensive. So you're not far. You've got plenty of time to clean yourself up, and
Okay.
you know, and just
is-
let me know how that goes while I fix this, I guess.
Yeah. So I kind of clean myself up and you know, in the bathroom, I guess, near the thing, and I'm trying to catch Ray on his way out of the class, so I can see where he's headed next. If he's going, I'm like, hey, Ray, are you going to defensive magics next, or what do you got next?
Oh, I'm in protective magic.
I think that's where I'm going.
Oh,
I
great.
look hurriedly at my thing.
Yeah.
Sure. No, I'm going to wards.
Yeah.
Is that the same class?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes. Oh, sorry. No, I'm sorry. Ray is going. Ray does not have protective magic. No, he does not.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where he's going, but he's not going to that class.
That's fine. I peek back inside to the potions professor and I just say, hey, I want to just say sorry for ruining your cauldron again. But thanks for having us. I don't know if that's the right thing to say. I just feel like I'm kind of off to the wrong foot on like all of my classes. Like I blew one up, then I ruined your potions thing. I don't know. Sorry. That's it.
You have nothing to apologize for. This is a learning institution, and we're here to learn. I just hope that you learn from your mistakes, so that when you come back next time, you can be a better potioneer. That's all.
Thanks.
Are you all right? Do you need to go to the nurse's station or anything?
I ate some of it. Was that bad?
Well, it should be an antidote. So, you know what? Let me know. Or head to the nurse's station.
Okay, cool. Hey, off the top of your head, is there any sort of like potion or thing that could let me talk to my orangutan?
That is peculiar. Something to help you communicate with another animal. Well, it'd have to be a potion that would have a similar effect, but be made for both humans and orangutans, which aren't too far off. I suppose there could be something. I'll look into it. I love that
Okay.
after all these years, people still find ways to be creative and create new concoctions. So, I'll see what I can do.
Thanks. I rush off to Ward's. It's just down the hall. I'm following
What are
my
you
map.
rushing towards?
Towards Ward's.
Towards.
Wards. This will be a fun
Yes.
bit.
So, you head to Wards, and as you once again enter, well, not once again, but Garrett,
Once
you've
again
heard me
for the
say
first
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
Garrett's heard me say this, JJ has not. You come into a wood-paneled room with a giant circle on the floor, a pentagram symbol with lots of other little symbols painted on the ceiling, many runes and sigils and markings littering the walls, and
Whoa.
among them, black stones, potted plants, and for you, as you come in the door, an array of mirrors. And you know what? I'm actually going to add another detail.
Okay, great.
Because I want to give you something as well, Garrett. The door jamb is made of pink Himalayan salt.
Love that.
Cool.
I go in and I want to go to the pentagram on the middle of the floor, what Garrett knows as the Devil's Trap, and I want to. JJ's like taken aback. He's never seen a pentagram outside of like crappy horror movies, and I am just kind of like, are there demons in this world? I start to look at the symbols around. Is it just a pentagram? Like I want to see if I can recognize any symbols in this pentagram because it seems very anti-Christian, and that's kind of freaking me out.
It does seem that way. Who are you asking? Me?
I'm asking the DM as I look at the pentagram to see if I can recognize any writing inside of the pentagram.
Goodness gracious.
I'm sorry.
No, I do not believe that you would be able to read or translate in your mind any of the symbols. If you do look around though, and you'll notice, like especially closer to the door and such, you do see a cross hanging on the wall. You see a Star of David. You see the moon and star of Islam. You see more recognizable, the symbols among the many symbols. And some of these things are like scorched into the walls, and some of these things, because it's not hard to find a hang on the wall. That is just a hanging on the wall,
Yeah. I look for the teacher of this area. Or do I recognize anybody in the class? I look around for familiar faces.
You might recognize a girl who is no,
okay.
Effie
That's
is
cool.
there. There are people that you saw be sorted there, but you don't really know anybody.
That's fine. I'm gonna go stand. I'm gonna take a seat on the right side, sort of in the corner, and I'm just kind of like taking all of the wood paneling, taking all the symbols in, and like we've talked about, I'm picking out symbols that I recognize, like the religious symbols or the pentagram, and I'm like making notes of the things around.
Okay.
Wow. Also, I give another. I walk my orangutan into the middle of the pentagram, and I look at him, and I go, "You're not a demon, right? You have to tell me if you're a demon." Okay, we're gonna work on this, you and I.
And it puts its arms up to give you a hug.
I give him a hug.
His arms up, I was like, it's a floating orangutan. It's happening.
Oh my god, it's not a demon!
But I love the hug. The hug is much more PG. That's great.
This student, seeing this orangutan do this weird, this pentagram circle, is just like, I have to go. Just stepping back. Good night, player or participant, chat. All right, so you are standing in the center of the room, and then further into the hugging an orangutan, and then further in the room, there is a wooden tree stump that is covered and so many things. Rocks and oils and dried plants, most of which are in small bottles. There's a candle, there's a copper bowl. It's just a collection of stuff that I'm gonna go ahead and say JJ recognizes as like witch things. Stuff from that trippy bookstore that sells incense, you know?
Yeah. I read Forgotten Realms books.
Yeah.
I know what witch store looks like.
And behind her is behind it, the stump, is a tall, slender woman with just, like, I keep describing everybody as pale, so it's a theme. Ghastly, pale complexion. She has short black hair, dark brown eyes, and she's wearing modest robes that one might wear to the countryside, and a holster of bells that is kind of what's attracting attention because as she moves, the bells tingle ever so lightly.
What is the expression on her face?
One, I mean, it's innocent. It's one of wisdom, and
She doesn't look like a hard ass. Basically, that's what I'm getting at. Is
No.
Does she look like she's gonna be mean?
she does not look like a hard ass. No, she looks like a kind, gentle person.
Okay,
Who,
cool.
yeah.
I kind of see her moving towards me, and I move to one of the desks off to the side of the room and just kind of like sit. And I'm not super comfortable because I don't really know anybody in here, but I am finding some comfort in being with my orangutan. So that's new for me because I obviously hate him. So this is interesting.
Mm-hmm. So unlike when Paris saw where there was an empty room meant for a duel, yes, there are desks that are arranged in a very standard fashion. Not really, they're like on the side. No one's in the circle of the Devil's Trap, but the desks don't pay any mind to it at the same time. She walks up and introduces herself and tells everyone that we'll be learning I'm gonna get this right.
You can do it, teacher.
Yeah. You know what? Apotropiac magic. Nope, I don't like it. We're gonna be learning words. We're gonna be learning words. It's a variety of magic that comes in two forms: active and passive. What I like to call persistent. Active wards are those you cast in a moment's notice, to take place in a moment's notice. They come and they go. They are spells and charms or hexes you would as a reaction. Persistent wards are one you do in preparation. They come in many forms. There's sigils and charms, amulets, talismans, crystals, physical objects that you can carry with you, such as the mirrors you may have noticed, the plants, the stones, and the walls. And they can also come in some more unusual forms, such as markings, tattoos, gargoyles, golem. Yes, you have a question?
Can they be living things?
So we'll define a living thing. You mean an animated thing like a golem?
No. Like, could an animal also be a ward?
No. Animals. I mean, we have our familiars, and our familiars serve many purposes. To obviously aid the witch or wizard in their tasks, and they are often our protectors of us. I'm assuming you're referring to your own familiar. He looks rather strong.
I kind of singled out and very he's very protective and doesn't listen to me, so I don't know if he's magical or not. That's all. Sorry to interrupt.
Well, it sounds like he is a familiar, which are magical, but I would not say that you can imbue a ward into an animal, if that's what you mean. Though I could be wrong.
Okay.
There are protection spells that can animate a suit of armor or statue or something to do your bidding and serve as a protective force. But it is an inanimate object. It's not its own motivations, which is what the core of our lesson will be upon. Other forms of persistent wards are rituals, the cleansing, consecrating, charging those objects, taking care of your plants, creating charm bags, bottling things, creating a psychic alarm system, as it were. Yes.
You said consecrating like a church?
I mean to say as a way to elevate an object so that it can have a greater effect for your purpose. It's something that you may get to practice today. May I continue?
Yes. You don't need my permission.
That's quite all right. The last form of persistent wards, which I would like to start with, is a daily practice. Something that you do, a small effort to better your surroundings or what yourself. That's such as making a sigil, or crafting a charm or an amulet, a talisman, doing the consecration of the charging, making a daily practice of it. Simply baking, brewing tea or creating food, a cup of coffee, making the ritual out of it, and imbuing that task with the good energy that you wish to start your day. By the food or beverage, it emanates from within you once again. But I think the simplest form, and one I would like to start, is meditation. So, today's class will be about imbuing these positive energies into an object, into your space, into yourself, so that you can protect yourself and make it easier. So, if everyone, I would like us to start building these good habits and have a meditation.
Okay.
And she's looking at you, not trying to call you out, but just to see if you have any last question. Like, because you had raised your hand or something.
Is meditation like prayer? I don't. Is there any sort of what is this? How do I deal with this?
Meditation is tricky. It is a lot trickier than people give it credit for. It's simply being aware of yourself and your space and existing in it, and that's all. It's a lot more challenging than it looks. So everyone, close your eyes.
JJ kind of just sort of sits and closes his eyes, a little fidgety, but okay.
Take a deep breath and exhale, and as you exhale, let all your thoughts go. And just focus on breathing. Breathe normally, breathe as you always would, and just focus on it. And if any thought should come into your head, it's all right. Acknowledge it, and then push it aside, and focus on yourself again. And just be.
Usually kind of pops open one eye and sort of like looks around the classroom to see if everybody's doing it.
What is your experience right now?
I mean, I'm looking around the room to see if like everybody's meditating or just me. I have like this chair. It's itchy. It's like on my feet, kind of angling. It's one of those high chairs. The desk is like this wood in front of me. I don't know. I'm just sort of like it's hard for me to settle down.
Do you hear anything?
The breathing of my orangutan.
Okay, cool.
I don't know.
We're gonna cut away from you.
Is there something to be heard? I'm listening.
All right, we're gonna cut away from you for a moment and just let you meditate on that. All right.
Oh, you know what it is? I bet you it's the Fiddler on the Roof practice I'm hearing. I bet you that's what it is.
Okay. Alex.
Mm.
Okay, so you are upstairs and you're rigorously taking notes. The
Yeah, well,
professor.
yes.
Mhm.
My notes, the most important part of my notes is that I am doing a direct copy of this night sky as is above us and taking note of the constellations that are in view currently.
The professor. Yes.
That's it. Sorry.
The professor is going on about meteor showers. Every year, around this time of year, which always makes me excited because we get to start the year off with a phenomenon every year as the Earth crosses the orbital path of the swift Tuttle comet. Now, pieces of the comet's debris burn up as they slam into the Earth and the Earth's atmosphere, creating shooting stars, bright streaks in the sky. And specifically, I'm referring to the Persean meteor shower when they come out of the constellation Perseus. Now, we are very fortunate this year because tomorrow night is the peak of the shower, where it's expected to produce a nominal rate around 150 meteors. This zenith hourly rate, as it's called, is calculated using a perfectly dark sky, which is hard to come by. Which is hard to come by in this neck of the woods, but with light pollution and the trees surrounding us. However, here we get an unfiltered view. So the question is, where is Perseus?
Here? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say where is here. I think that's what we were all wondering.
Nice, real nice. Well, you
Yeah,
can
where is
stay
here?
You can stay here in the planetarium, but because tonight, the next 3 nights are the peak of the meteor shower, we are also having it so that the library is also in view of the night sky, so you can gaze at it from down there as well. And you have a grand opportunity because the moon phase, it's coming out of the full moon, as it were, and starting to get a little dimmer. So the stars should be a little easier on other nights, but the best viewing time is going to be right before and takes over with its bright light. But the best time to see a meteor shower is when the radius point culminates at its highest point in the night sky, which is just after dawn. Now the trick of that is that's when the sun is coming up. Sun and even bright moon. So in the library, they're going to have here, where you are, is the best viewing place to see this meteor shower. The trick is, where in the night sky do we look? Anyone have any ideas how to find Perseus? Well, I'll tell you. You want to look northeast of the constellation. You want to look northeast for the constellation. It's next to Cassiopeia, and it lays in the Milky Way's galactic plane. Cassiopeia is very recognizable. It's the M or W-shaped constellation, and it's near the North Star. The easiest point to find in the night sky. So, how do we find the North Star?
I'm mapping these down.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
tiny one, right?
well, so let me ask you this, Zach. Alex, we've established, is an outdoorsy kid. He has a camping backpack. How often has he gone camping?
I think his dad has taken him camping several times. I think that's one of the ways they bond. Because his dad
Okay.
would tell him about things in places that were not public, to keep a level of anonymity about the magical world. I think that's where he took him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's familiar
So-
with the night sky.
Great. I think so too. Tell me, do you or Alex know how to find the North?
Zach does not. He is not an.
Okay, I want you to do a brains check with advantage
Oh, good.
for Alex.
just use my good old-fashioned brains that I'm good at. Good thing we got advantage. Yeah, it's a 3. Not the best dice for that.
Okay, so the professor is drawing on the globe with chalk, and as he draws these points, they project, as it were, into the sky, and he marks out the Big Dipper, and says that the plow, also known as the Big Dipper, part of the constellation Large Bear, because Babel Charm is translating what he's saying. And if you follow these 2 points on the side of the Dipper, it points directly to Polaris, the North Star, which is one of the brighter ones, and it'll always be at north in a fixed point in the sky. So these 7 bright stars that form the shape of a ladle will help you follow their edge to the North Star. And sitting on the other side of the North Star is Cassiopeia, whose 5 stars make that W shape. The center star is the pointer. If you follow that one, and he's just drawing all these lines. I loves connecting the dots and coloring the lines and such.
Sure.
If you follow the W points at this sharp 90-degree angle from the bottom, the first bright star it touches is Polaris. So now you've got 2 frames of reference for Polaris. Follow it back to Cassiopeia, and right next to that, in the belt of the Milky Way, is the radiant of the Perseid meteor shower at 57 degrees declination, which is a thing that probably goes over everybody's heads. So, he's got all these lines drawn up there, and now to really see the meteor shower, you want to not stare at the Milky Way because there's just so much going on, so you want to find a dark patch of, and that is where you want to, so you can see the meteor shower. What's JJ doing? Or what's Alex doing? Sorry.
Is pretending to be JJ. No, Alex is.
Get out of my head.
Alex is definitely like seeing his notes and like visually copying those to have that context. And yeah, he's actually like taking notes in class, even if it's not intentional.
So, are you ever checking out that piece of paper?
Oh, the one that I was given?
Yeah.
Yes, occasionally.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was disregarded. Yeah, no. If it's still got writing on it, like appearing.
Yeah, writing has been appearing as you're taking notes, asking, like, what's the point of all of this? This is so boring. The moon is cool. I like the moon.
And
sometimes I draw in the night sky. She just keeps pestering you, which is probably why it's so distracting and you had such a low brains roll.
Yeah. Sorry, do you need something?
And she's just...
And I write in the air, thinking about the page, but probably not with much magic intent. I think Alex is assuming that it's kind of automatic.
Yeah, and it's totally not. So it's coming through, and she's just kind of getting like huffy next to you, and just realizing that you're just not into it. And then so finally, after a pause, and you've really gotten into most of your note taking, there's one that comes through, and it's just like, wow, you're really into this, aren't you?
Not really, no.
So when how do you write that on a normal piece of paper?
Yeah, because it wasn't working before, so I just like do like a scratch sheet and I just hand it to her. She's next to me,
and she's just like now she's building, because you clearly are taking notes and you're paying attention and writing all this stuff down, and she's looking over your shoulder to see what you're writing because she knows that you can't do what she's doing. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have you do a special brains roll because I
Ooh.
want to see.
Use my special-
I'm gonna do it on a. I'm gonna do this one on a scale of 1 to, because you are an outdoorsy kid. Yeah, I'm just great. Just let me know what the number is, please.
So am I doing a brains roll or am I doing a 10 roll?
It's a special brains roll. I want you to roll a d20
Okay.
because this is an area that I think you would have expertise.
Yeah.
If your dad took
Okay.
you camping, and this is the kind of stuff he's taught in a class that is, like, normal person friendly, this is something he probably was willing to share with you that wouldn't get you in trouble with mom.
That's
So
true.
I feel like you would know some of this stuff.
I sure would, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Alex, while rolling a d20, still rolled a 2.
Austin, please play the critical fail symbol for me.
Even though technically he didn't roll 1, he deserves it.
My God.
Alex,
Don't you have
Okay.
currently playing in
No.
the dirt.
No. I know it's not a 1. I need it. I need it. Please play it.
Use your advantage, sir.
Oh yeah, I have my advantage. Can I do it on my special roll?
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah. Good call, Garrett.
Hey man, I don't want you to eat 9 jelly beans.
Ladies and gentlemen, that 2 just got upgraded. It's a 3.
Okay.
Story
We'll
hook.
never know.
Goodbye, story
Oh
hook.
God. All right. Fine. A vivid memory occurs to you that you were given a textbook at one point and you were gonna have to look it up. Let's go to Massachuology. I've had. All right. How we doing?
Admiring the dragons.
Yeah. So she's after introducing the dragons and and trying to answer questions because everyone's very excited in the dragon. Can we pet them? And she's like, that's probably not a good idea. One kid tries to reach out at the big dragon and it just does this. With Brahm reining them in the whole time. And so finally, Brahm speaks up and tries to have a conversation with Miss Penwalton about, well, we can't, I gotta, like, would you just want me to stand here the whole class, or can I go take them writing? And she says, no, we can't have you writing them. Like, and this is such a great opportunity. I never talk about dragons while demonstrating to the class dragons. This is so exciting, isn't it? Yes, who has a question? I love this.
Yeah, I just overheard that we could ride dragons. I've been to so many schools and they have literally never let us do that. Can we do that?
Brahm says no.
But didn't you just say that we could do that? Or was that the
I
lady?
can do that. Brahm is chiming in, and this is the intensity is back. Brahm is chiming in and says, I can do that. I've been training for it.
Oh, can we watch?
And now Braun immediately softens and turns back, with his big, beautiful brown eyes and
Oh
his
my God.
gorgeous face, and he's just looking at Miss Penwalton with this oh my God, please.
Is
please
he
let me
making
write.
this face?
It's not a smolder. She's an older woman, but no. So Miss Penwalton is just like that shouldn't. And then he starts to.
Oh my God.
That's his puppy dog. Please. And she says, you have to fly very low because of the neighbors. And he says, I'll be careful. I promise. like, you know I'm talented. You know I can do this. And she goes, yes, you're an incredible rarity. And he's just gripping these reins like super tight, and it's not like harming the animal, but like he's just ready to go. And she says, okay, you know what? I only get to talk about this in theory. Who wants to see how a wyvern varies from a dragon? Anyone? She polls the class.
Can you repeat what you just said?
Well, Bingley here is a wyvern, meaning he has 4 limbs, 2 wings, and 2 hind legs. He crawls around on the palms of his wings, so to speak. And remember, he's got those white claws. Okay, whereas Mr. Darcy is a dragon, and he had 6 limbs, 4 to walk on, and then 2 wings on his hind quarter, on his back.
This is a math class.
If Mr. Darcy has 6 limbs and loses one of them, how many limbs does he
Apples.
5.
have? Yeah, so he has 5 limbs. And
Or
sh-
to see.
yeah. And these, I think, again, they're different varieties of dragons and different wyvern. They all kind of belong to the larger dragon group, as it's called. I used to have a Piazza bird dragon from Mississippi. His name was Roland.
Where
But
do they live when they're not here?
at home,
So how did Brom learn how to ride some dragons?
well, Brom has been training for a long time, and Brom is like just standing there like, I can show them. You want me to show them? Yeah, Brom has been training for a long time. He's exceptionally talented, and his family have set him for us, and he's just like, I'm destined to be the dragon rider. Please. Yeah, it's just like, it's funny seeing, because you guys knew him as this like just kind of stubborn, surly guy, and then he's walking up like this this beautiful enchanted creature from the forest, taming wild beasts, and now he's completely piddled away and just this beckoning child again, because he's a 16-year-old kid. And she says, okay, all right, fine. And he goes, okay, and he like hoists himself up like a pro, like he climbs up and onto, let's say, the big one, the American wyvern, and he's like, all right, and this thing, it's screaming, and it starts like he's bumping into the castle, and he's bumping into and starts to get him going, and takes off into the sky, and he flies just over the treetops, which is kind of unfortunate for you guys because you really can't see him. You just see like casts of shadow peering through the trees, but he does keep it around the school, keeps it tight, and this thing is just going up and down, and it's making big gestures, and it's kind of like slow moving, but it's not like it's zipping around. And as we fast forward, he eventually gets on to the wyvern, and this thing, because the wings are a bit mightier on this, like, it has quick bursts, and it has trouble taking off because of its hind leg, but when it does, it gets going, it flies around, and it goes here and zips over to this side, and zips over to this, and zips this way. It does a lot of this. Goes on and on and on. Well, how are you all doing?
Oh,
We're in awe of Brom. Well, I'm in.
Awesome.
Well, Ani is in awe of Brom because
Cool.
wow, he's really.
Brom does a really fun thing with this one. This, because now he's like, yeah, it's really hot. I love that you said that. Brom casts fire in midair. You can see this as he comes by. This light spark of fire, and the dragon follows suit and casts fire that just barely singes the treetops. And when that happens, Miss Penwalton says, "Okay, all right, bring it in, pretty boy." And he lands the dragon. You all, everyone's in awe, and they're asking questions about dragons. And he starts dragons and his history of training them, and making it very clear, though, that, like, not everyone can just ride a dragon. Okay? And he just keeps reminding that over and over, like, that he used magic and became a lot, you know, I learned to be ambidextrous. He's kind of, like, boasting a bit. The class, yes.
Are you only able to ride these dragons because you can use both hands?
It's not the only reason. I've been training.
How?
Someone's teaching me, you know?
Who?
Just like you guys are in class to learn stuff.
Who?
School. Huh?
Who? Brahms.
My family.
Who?
My family.
Oh.
It runs in the family, okay? It's up to me to carry the torch that they're going to pass on to me. So someone has to know how to ride dragons.
He's the chosen one.
Yeah.
How do you train your dragon?
Yes, basically. Yeah. So Hiccup continues asking questions to the class, talking about, I got a dragon at home.
Can Anahit go? Oh, I want to talk to him.
Okay, so the class ends. I'm
No.
just going to skip forward a little bit.
No.
The class is ending. All right.
He
fine.
wants to talk to him.
I want
I
to
was
hit on
gonna
this
let
guy.
her do it.
Let her hit on him in class.
After
like a good
class.
student.
Anahit, go talk to him. He's still here.
The class ends.
You could be gone in
Everybody
class. Let's go talk
is
to
waving bye to the dragons. Bye, Bingley. Bye, Mr. Darcy. Bye, Brom. And everybody, they're not leaving the way y'all came. Corner of the building now, everyone's taking the east wall, following that around. So the fun thing about the east wall, and you'll see it in your maps, people just dip around the side and be out of view. So that if you linger, you could be alone with Brom.
You have to.
Anyway,
literally
you're
do
there
it.
with Brom. You're there with Brom. You can feel free to ask him a question. And Miss Penwalton is kind of like keeping an eye on the dragons, but he's still holding the ring.
Bro, you got this, right? I'm gonna be
With
around
his
the corner waiting for you. Tell
Heavily
me the intel.
calloused, manly hands.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so Anahit, she is getting enough courage, but she goes over to Brom and she's like, wow, how much do those dragons weigh? You must be really strong to control them like that.
Well, it's not about like holding them still. It's about training them, you know, so that they have a relationship with you. They could lift me off the ground anytime they. But
I want to be
you
like,
have a
can
relationship.
you lift me up?
Nice.
Pretty
Nice.
tempting.
Do you say that out loud?
No. I'm like 13 or 14. I wouldn't. But
Yeah. See how much
We're
younger than
hearing her
he is.
inner monologue.
yeah.
I feel like you're projecting that vibe though, so roll charm for me anyway.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Got a 6. Out of 10.
Cool. He's not catching it. He's not put off, but yeah, he's not catching what's happening. If anything's happening.
How long did it? What?
You can ask your question.
Yeah. How long has it taken you to get so good at riding it?
I think I've been at it for about a decade. I started really young, with my dragon. His name's Shade, which is funny because he's like bone white.
Sorry. It's gonna be like so stupid right now.
Bone
Justin is
white.
all over the chat right now. This is great.
Dragon named Jay. How many times a day do you
Shade.
see your dragon? Oh, sorry.
Shade. because he's big and he casts shade. But
Sure.
he's
So
Everybody
he's
thinks
big.
their dragon is the biggest.
got it.
I'm sorry, I'm
Big
gonna derail this into something serious, so I should probably go.
Okay. So he says, "Okay, nice to meet you." As you make your way, following the crowd of children back to the front of the school, Anahit, you also notice more brambles along the edge of this wall, about the same place that the ones on the opposite side were. Paris, I'm gonna go ahead and say you might have noticed that as well.
Sure. Wow. Damn.
You don't walk through them. You see them up against the side of the school.
Could I accidentally
up the
scratch
wall.
myself just a little bit, or no? Should I not touch
You know
them?
what?
Maybe I
Roll
shouldn't.
for grit. Roll for grit. Let's say you do. Let's say you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
You walk into
that's-
some
that's
brambles,
right.
just a little bit.
Okay.
They're on the outside by the stables, or where? What were you talking about?
So you will be making a circle around the entirety of this. Started here, you went around the stable. Braum was on the opposite corner of that back wall, so you've moved over there. And as you make your way back up, you see another set of brambles like you did on the first side, the one that you all had escaped from earlier. What's your roll, Paris? 10.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You got a nice scrape. Nothing bad.
Okay.
It's not bleeding. You're not injured. But now you got red mark on your arm. And I'm going to go ahead and say that you too notice the brambles and the wooden structure below them, behind them.
Ooh.
And with that, we're going to head back to JJ's class. You have been meditating.
Yes, I have.
Garrett,
Yes,
you didn't hear anything, correct?
I did. Garrett didn't. No, I'm listening to you on my headphones. What am I supposed to be hearing?
If
Well,
I was a rich girl.
Sounds
Apparently I was having mic issues earlier. So I don't know if anybody actually heard. As you meditate, because you picked a chair fairly close to the devil's trap,
I
I'm
did.
assuming.
Yes.
You hear, because everyone is dead silent in this
Right.
room,
Yes.
trying to meditate.
Yes.
So yes, you hear your orangutan's breath. And between those breaths, very faintly, you hear clicking. Every so often. The subtlest clicking sound.
Okay, I'm looking around the room. I said that before. I'm like looking around the room. Does it sound like metal on metal, or is it a sound I would recognize, or is it coming from my orangutan?
It could be.
I lean my head
It's
closer.
so faint. It's not getting louder.
It's not getting louder. Okay. Now I'm actively eyes open, like looking around the room for the origin of this noise.
The professor is going on, and so it's hard to hear the noise because meditation time has now passed. We were going to bump it. So you can keep active listening for it, but it's very hard to hear over her talking. The patience of what you learn now is to
I take out my
later.
wand. I take out my wand, and I just kind of subtly point it at my ear, and I imagine this noise getting louder, but just for me. So I'm trying to like single out. So I'm thinking about when I had my Walkman, my little personal CD player I would take to school. Now I'd pop in my over-the-ear headphones like this. And I'm like, that's sort of how your over-the-ear headphones kind of suck into your ears. I'm feeling all of those feelings, and I'm trying to like recreate those feelings around my ear with that noise, that clicking noise being prominent, the most prominent thing I'm hearing.
I feel like you are trying to
kill yourself on
bring
accident.
the sound, to your head.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
For this, I would like you to make we'll call it a grit roll.
You sure?
I feel like this is gonna, it's not charms or brains. You are just trying to take it in, you know?
Sure, I'm remembering.
I would like you to make a grit roll, and you are aiming for, you're aiming for 12.
I'm gonna hurt myself. This isn't gonna go well.
Oh, is it not?
It's a 5. Well, no, okay, hold on. 'Cause
Uh-huh.
I'm using my wand. Let me see. Game mechanics. Here we go. I've got it. This is what we all came here to see. Darn it. I got a 5 on my roll. I get
Yes.
a +1 to that stat because of classes. So that's a
Yes.
6. And because I'm using my wand, I get a +2. So that is a 5 plus 3,
Is it
which is 8.
8?
And then I get to roll my magic die,
Yes, you do.
which
You could
now I
pull this
need
off.
to roll a 3 or higher on my magic die. Oh, that's not on my desk. It's just in my chair now. Here we go. It's a 1. It's 1 away from what I need. I literally need. If I had 1 more, I could eat a bean, and I would be there.
I don't have
But I
any
only have
tokens.
1. No one else is in here.
Garrett.
Yes.
Garrett.
What?
Did you give yourself an adversity token for casting a potion incorrectly and having that spell backfire?
I have 1 adversity token. I didn't do it for the spell back. No, I didn't. You're right, because I just cast it and then it exploded.
Yes, you did. You did use your wand and you cast a spell to set your potion, which did not work. But you earned an adversity.
All right, cool. So then, with my 2 jelly beans that I'm about to eat right now, welcome to the party, Kevin.
Thanks.
I will make it 12, and I won't hurt my brain.
These
JJ's gonna
orange beans. I am so sick of these orange beans. I was in the grocery store yesterday and I saw these bean-colored habanero peppers on the shelf. So mad. Oh.
I've got green and I've got speckled. This is gonna be bad news bears. I think green might be lime. Let's see. Is it lime?
It's actually orange.
Jalapeno.
It's actually orange. I'm so happy.
That one's lime. Wow.
Here are some things you can try saying to get started.
No.
There we go.
A new bedtime routine. Let's try it together.
What's going on?
First, let's set tomorrow morning's alarm.
Okay, I'm in for it. What's time we're waking up tomorrow?
Who is that?
Wow.
Oh,
I
that
got.
you heard? That you
Yeah.
heard?
Oh
Yeah.
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 Everyone heard it. The internet.
I got lime and I got like a cake flavor. That was a really wonderful experience.
Nice lime cake.
So, very faintly, yes, you hear a woman's voice, and you can't quite figure out what she's saying. It sounds like nonsense.
Well, bummer.
You hear a clicking sound, the kind that you and I could make with your tongue.
Okay.
And it has a very slight echo.
I look around the room and see if the noise gets louder in my ear in which direction I'm looking.
You're just looking like the room like this? Yeah?
Yes, with my hands in front of my face, like that. I'm looking around the
You're
room.
just like you're scanning the room.
I'm
and trying to
turning.
figure
Yes.
out where it's coming from.
Right. I'm
It's
hoping
not
that
changing, no matter where
Wait.
you look.
I look down at
across
the
the
devil's
room.
trap.
That's where it feels louder.
Great. I am freaked out now because I feel like there is a demon. I immediately turn off the charm on my ear, and I'm just like,
Oh, she has grabbed a box of little objects and she's about to pass them out, as it looks like, to the class, and sees your hand. Yes, about the activity?
the activity I wasn't listening to. This is like real school. Is your pentagram, does it usually make noise?
She says, oh, no. No, and I understand the pentagram might seem a bit intimidating, possibly scary for some of our newer students, but the pentagram is not the demonic or evil symbol that most people from non-magical communities make it out to be. The 5 points are pointing to the 5 elements of our physical world around us, and so it's actually rather a symbol that has to do with nature, and actually does have ties to faiths, but in a surprisingly, for some, positive.
It's clicking right now.
I think you're hearing maybe these objects in the box tinkling around. I want everyone to take a small object and pass one to the neighbor, and we are going to practice imbuing it with our energy and whatever form you require. So
JJ kind of looks around the room as she's passing these out, and like, I feel embarrassed. Is everybody looking at me now like I'm a flippin' weirdo?
Some who probably have seen you in other classes might be like, this guy again. Most of them are just kind of looking around. I don't hear anything. It's like, you ever been in class when the teacher leaves the speaker on?
You broke up at the end of what you just said, but I have been in class where the teacher does something. Yes.
Where they leave the speaker on, but you can hear the hissing and no one else does? Or is it just me?
Or like when a TV is like on a dark screen but not off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sensation.
That is really bothering me. Okay, I take my object and I start to imbue it. What do I have? What am I holding? What is my object?
I was going to ask you what you have, because you're presented with a box of small rocks, bones, chunks of wood, and
is there any rock that is there any dark, like onyx colored rocks that could perhaps be shaped like a panther? No big deal if there's not.
None are shaped like a panther, but yes, there's black stone all around, and so one of these black stone, maybe not quite, no, there's a few different kinds of black stone, so one of them, has a smaller piece that is in the box.
Okay, great.
I knew you were going to pick that, so yes, it's in the box.
You've read the synopsis. You know what happened.
Yeah, I know what's going on.
You've done your homework.
And she continues to say, whether deflecting a foreign energy, maintaining your energy, a positive energy in whatever form.
I start to, as I hold this, I focus on the day that the orangutan broke my friend's arm when we were playing, and how I kept yelling at him not to do that and trying to control him, and he was just not listening to me and just kind of doing his own thing. And so I'm focusing on control, and I'm focusing on the feeling of like, I am the one in charge. Like in my brain, I'm replaying times that my father told me, hey, don't touch that. Or my mother was like, no, we're not going this way. Like all of those times I have been commanded and told what to do in my life, I'm putting those into this opal, I guess it's not an opal, onyx piece.
Yeah, this piece of, you know what, I'll let you pick. Either black obsidian or
Yes. It's black obsidian.
Boss, love it.
But it's shiny.
Don't cut yourself. I would like you to make a
promises.
series of charms rolls. We're going to do them real fast, okay? So she says, actually the first roll I'm going to have you do is brains, though. Because the first thing you have to do is draw a circle, which is commonly used for protecting magical spaces. So I want you to draw a circle by rolling brains for me, just real quick.
That's an 18, baby.
It's an 18?
This is the most perfect circle you've ever seen. Compass ain't got nothing on that.
You draw a perfect human head, and then you use your wand to magically erase all. That's what happens.
Great.
Great. Okay. Now, at every step, I want you to do charms for me.
Okay, great.
Now, take your object, and those who take part in consecration rituals may do so if they choose. We all will charge the object. Raise your own energy and direct it into the object. So how do you go about this? Do you visualize it? Are you performing an activity?
I take my wand. And I set the onyx piece into the circle, obsidian, and I point my wand at it, and I do one of these, like the hand gesture. Sorry, that your parents say when they wag your finger at you. I do one of those.
Oh my god, I love it. In that case, I want you to do. No, just we'll keep it charm.
Great. Okay. But I'm using my wand as well.
Yes.
First roll is a 9 plus 1, which is a 10. And then my wand die is a 2. So that is
Great.
a total of 12.
Great. You are successful. You are imbuing that feeling of an order and control and discipline into the object. Now set your intention by focusing on tying your intention to the object energetically and visualizing the spell that would occur if you were to cast it with your wand.
I am focusing on my friends and I together and the bond we have as a unit,
Beautiful.
that as a team. And if it were a spell, it would be to tie us all together. So wherever we are, we would always know what the other person is doing, if we wanted to.
Okay, I love it. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, that's definitely a charm roll.
And I'm using my.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
That was a 5 plus my 1 for my stat, which is 6, plus my 2. I'm loving those 2s. Is an 8.
An 8. Okay. So what is your intention when the spell of your friends?
My intention is to imbue this with teamwork. We are a team.
Oh,
Whoever
cooperation and such.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. All right. You're doing that. We cut to Alex up in astronomy.
I just remember the textbook.
Class is over. You are now allowed to leave the class, ask the teacher anything, or just sit there and. Yeah.
I do remember. Okay, so on the way out of class, I go up to the teacher. I was like, "Excuse me, when I
Yes.
look up at the ceiling. So are aliens real?"
Yes.
Wow, that's a big question. I think so, but I haven't met one that I know of.
Then I pop out of class.
Okay. You are at the top of the stairs. They are raising and lowering accordingly for all of the students going down. Easily catch one heading down.
That's the last class of the day, right?
Yes.
Is there a specialized function coming up? Is like mealtime coming up next, or someone?
Dinner-
Sadie Hawkins.
Dinner
dance,
is-
maybe?
Later
when are the
in the
auditions?
show.
Okay,
Later in the season. Yeah. No, dinner is the next thing, the scheduled thing you've got going on.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, you.
A man in curls walks past you singing "If I Were a Rich Man."
But if that's not immediately it, I will go back to my room, and I will crack open a certain book.
Okay.
Okay.
So you learn that a quick and easy way, as you strikes your memory with your dad, that if you extend your arm toward the horizon and make a fist with your knuckles facing outward, fist over fist, you count how many of your fists to get from the horizon to the North Star. And each fist measures approximately 10 degrees.
Okay.
So you've learned that fun fact now.
Great.
You also read the book. And where are you? Are you heading downstairs? Or you just you immediately crack open the book?
Oh, I wasn't talking about that.
What book were you cracking open?
Said I remembered a book, so I chose the book that I remembered. I am remembering Magical Education by Wizard Magicman.
Oh, you're not cracking up your astronomy text.
No. I was gonna save that for later.
Oh, screw you, man. All right. You keep getting all this free information out of me, but not all the good stuff. You're not getting the good stuff.
That's fine.
Okay, fine. What are you looking for in Magical Education by Wizard Magiman?
Wizard Magiman. Well, I'm looking to see, first of all, if it has a directory of magical schools.
There's an index that names some of the more prominent ones and what pages they are mentioned on, but not a directory. And I'll just go ahead and tell you right now, Havenhearth is not on the list. This book is old. I mean, it's written by a guy named Wizard Magiman, so it really only refers to the schools that have been around for a century. It's a very old text. So if this school should be a newer one, it's probably not going to appear in this book, because the publishing date is the 18th, late 1800s or something.
Okay.
Oh, probably early 1800s. When was Wizard Magiman a popular name?
No, I think it's about right.
1815.
Yeah.
Okay. Decreed.
Well, fine. I guess I learned nothing from this book of value.
Okay. Good.
Good.
Yeah. Sorry. So what do you do with your free time?
I do pull out my astronomy book, as well. Does it have maps at all?
Star charts?
Of the star charts, yeah.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Great. I'm trying to see if I can look up a star chart appropriate to the drawing that I made, equivalent to the location that the star chart would indicate.
Okay.
Give me
Yeah,
time.
you do a quick brains roll for me, just real quick. It's not a hard one. Yeah.
It has to be fast though. If you don't roll quick, it's not allowed.
I'm looking for like 2. I just want to make sure you don't completely fail again. Really? I got 2?
Yeah, it's a D4. I'm never gonna get a lot out of my brains.
Yeah, you've confirmed that the stars you're looking at are in the...
You went mute as you answered the question.
What is happening tonight?
Say it again. You confirm my stars we're looking at are
In the northern hemisphere.
all right. That's something.
Shit.
That's something. Cool.
Awesome.
I am excited. I can't wait for dinner to tell everyone else what I've discovered.
Okay. I thought I had one more thing for you to say. I do. It's escaping me now, but I think you had such a low roll that I probably shouldn't give it to you.
Fine.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's good.
I
got free info.
Okay. You didn't get the good stuff. You did not get the good stuff. All right. You head down to dinner?
Yes.
Okay. So you make your way down to the grand cafeteria. Cut to the girls are already doing this, coming back into the entrance of the school, or so I believe.
Wait, didn't
What
Paris
say
find like
you?
a wooden shack?
Well, did you keep walking, Paris?
Well, I think if I saw that, Anahit's still like close by, right? Because I was waiting for her because I wanted to get the sweet deets on her and the boy. So I would probably point that out to her.
Okay.
Anahit, look what I found. This thing scratched me, but look what's underneath it.
What is that?
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's like an extra escape route out of the castle, or they're holding something down in there. It's
I
like
think it goes down to where we were before.
it could.
It
Maybe.
looks very similar. I mean, you were in the dark last time, but it's getting dark-ish. It's about like 5 p.m. So it's starting to get dusky and such. So
It looks similar to like the little
6 p.m.
escape
now, 'cause
doors.
class is ending. Yes, it's a set of cellar doors.
Cellar
Well,
door.
There's like bristles or brambles or whatever, these thorny things over it. So it's not the same door. It's either it's a separate door, or like my parents in California, they have a wine cellar. Like,
Yes.
What do you think they're keeping down there? More animals?
animals or wine, obviously. Like, those are the two obvious answers.
Maybe Haven Hearth has their own wine brand.
Wow. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, uh, is this something that we should go explore right now? Or do you think we should get the boys? Like, do we finally tell Alex that, like, we have something to go and explore?
I think we should show Alex. He would
Okay.
definitely be interested in this.
Okay,
And we
that's
can
fair.
give him the box thing.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. I wonder what his birthday is, anyways.
Good
Huh.
question.
Doesn't matter. We'll give him it to him no matter what. Just say, here you go, friend. He'll like that.
October 9th. I've decided.
You're not there.
I gotta write that down now.
Saying it
Jump
out
cut.
loud.
Yeah, jump cut. You hear from the window above you. October 9th.
Yeah, how do you hear us?
I knew he was a Capricorn.
That
Not
would
the
not-
right. That's not right. I'm sorry.
October,
Yeah,
that
just-
early, that's a Libra.
He has such Libra energy or linergy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just letting you guys have fun with this because I don't know what's going on.
Okay, well, I guess I think the boys' classes are supposed to be ending the same time as ours. Should we? I mean, we can remember where this was, right? Just like right outside by the little extra set of brambles here.
Yeah.
Oh.
We,
But wait, more importantly, what's the deets on you and Brahm, or Bram, or whatever his name is?
I don't know. I was just trying to like flirt with. He's really cute, and like how hot was it that he could ride a dragon? Like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, like back in California, we have like I've driven up in Northern California, and they have like bull riding and stuff up there, but I've never seen anybody ride a dragon.
I
That's pretty
forgot
impressive.
to share a detail with you too.
Oh,
Because I feel like Anahit would notice this when she was talking with him.
sure.
Rom has pointed ears.
Oh.
Just
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that. His hair kind of hides it, but you all saw him fly around. And then you got to talk to him up close. And you noticed, after all of that, he has pointed ears.
Okay.
Which is a detail I feel like you might share. So I just wanted to make sure that.
When you guys had this like convo, like did you, I don't know, did he tell you any more insight about him, or did you learn anything else about him?
I mean, just that like his whole family is involved with the dragon business, and they taught him how to ride. And he's like seems like he's being groomed for something with dragons, something special. I don't know. But I was kind of too busy just like admiring how pretty he is. And he has like pointed ears, which was weird. I don't know what that means, but maybe he's part elf.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Is this? Yeah, obviously the books are out. Like a Legolas? But like,
Oh,
but
yeah.
but he's got. Wait, isn't his brother the blonde kid?
Wait, is that?
No,
or-
no.
It's the
No,
other
he's,
one.
that's not.
Oh, I
No.
forget all these boys.
I
That's
know.
Calm. Rhymes
Oh,
with
Tom and
Rom.
Hank. Tom and Hank.
Yeah,
That's right.
sorry.
Brom. Brom with the pointy ears. Hmm.
No relation
Um,
to Tom Hanks.
You guys are walking into this where the students are again. You're gathering, catching up the student body, and people are overhearing you talking. Someone's, ooh, an elf. Oh, Brom. Like, yeah, people are overhearing your conversation and kind of having a good chuckle about it.
Can
What
we
else
talk
could
to one
it
of those
be?
people?
Yeah, do
Yeah,
they
like,
know?
It's
hey, what
just
do you know? What do you know about
no.
Brown?
They're just girls who are just walking by, being teenage girls, just laughing it up. So they're not like sticking
Wow.
around your conversation. They just overhear you and like have an elf. You know, these are different people all saying this stuff. Just hearing your conversation. That's all.
Okay.
I just want to color the world a little. But you guys are great. Keep going.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin.
I mean, do you think the pointy ears help him like hear better, or like help him communicate with the dragons? Like, do you think that's like something, you know, that has to
That
do with
could
that?
be. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's like, like a bat. They have, well, their ears are up here and they have like those thingies on. I don't know.
I mean, in a name like Brom, like there's Bram Stoker, like he was
What do you think?
right,
He's a
or like an
vampire?
art, or like a I don't. I mean, his skin is so pale. He's so beautiful. I mean, girl, he's all yours. I'm not trying to like step on you or anything, but like we all noticed it.
It's true.
And like,
Hmm.
how could one guy hold both of those dragons back with the reins? You know what I mean? Like, unless there's
I
something going
know.
on.
That's what I asked him like how much they weighed and he just like brushed it off like, oh, it's no big deal. Like it's not really about that because you're just like holding the reins and not really like holding their weight. But I mean, seriously, like I couldn't control those dragons.
As you guys enter the grand cafetorium, unless I'm mistaken, there's all the students are pouring in. Food is popping up onto the tables. It's fried chicken, and
Frickin'.
you guys are at the entrance, and this is where the ruby table is across the way from
Across the way from.
the amethyst table on the other side of the
Amethyst.
room. Just reminding you.
Oh, that's cool. I just couldn't hear you. Okay. Well, I guess I don't see the boys here yet, so I guess we might as well grab some food first. Try to like make sense of like our thoughts, and as soon as the boys get here, we tell them of our findings. Like,
Yeah,
especially at least Alex. Like, we totally gotta tell him.
yeah, about the place with the brambles and the doors. Yeah, we should definitely figure out what that
and the
is.
pointy ears. I mean, we gotta tell him that, and the pointy ears, and the chia pet. And, I guess we'll check in with JJ and see how he's doing with his orangutan, see if he's given him a name yet.
To JJ, if that's
Oh.
all right.
Sure.
Because you guys are separating and making plans for later. So let's get to that. JJ, you're the only one who I dismissed from class yet.
I'm busy being possessed by the demon that lives in the middle of this room.
Yeah, you're not being. No one's being possessed.
I don't know that. You don't know.
You're about to laugh.
So the class has ended. She's wrapped up, and with the final step for your protective talisman, that you've made today. Everyone gets a little keepsake to take home. Is that when you want to activate your charm, just state your intention aloud. And like all spells, you have to intend it. So, I hope this brings you a better, calmer, happier life. And with that, I look forward to seeing you in 2 days. Class dismissed.
I take my charm, and I'm looking for some like string, and I like kind of tie it to this string, almost like a necklace, and I want to hang it around my orangutan's neck.
Okay.
And
Um,
strangle.
No.
What I love about you guys is I will prepare something I think feature to expand upon the mechanics of Sunbrew, and then you will find the gray area that I didn't anticipate.
I can also keep
So-
it as well. I haven't decided.
No, because you have decided already.
That's true.
talisman now gives you a feature where you can cast this spell without having to roll for success. It will be automatic. When you say your intention aloud, you will get to do whatever it is you imbibed or put the energy into your talisman, which you said for you was a cooperative teamwork, like, discipline with your orangutan.
So, okay.
Uh-huh. Go, ask your question, please.
No, keep explaining. Keep explaining.
Well, this is something I'm making up, and so I'm figuring it out. But that's
Okay.
the idea was that you would have basically a free spell, and you would decide what it is that your talisman could do, and it is to have a cooperative command for your orangutan. But then you gave it to him. That's what I find funny.
So, all right, I think this could be kind of cool, right? If I put it around his neck, here's the mechanic, right? If he
Okay,
is within
let's decide this together.
earshot, if he is within earshot, I know it's gonna be broken as hell. I get to teleport to wherever he is.
No.
And
What? What?
Wow.
No. No.
I'm
That's
just,
a different spell, man.
I'm just kidding. If he's within earshot and I say the word, he can do one task that I describe to him that can be more than just a simple task. Because before I've been like,
slave collar.
it's not that. See, well, all right,
Like,
What did you call it? A slave collar?
yeah, thanks.
Yo, no. The orangutan is doing him a solid. That's all it is. So
Like
when
the
the
training
orangutan,
is.
like, exactly when you previously asked him to climb up through the window and go find some rope to come back and hoist you guys through the window, but he found Tom instead.
Correct. I
In
didn't
this
tell him
instance,
right. He would find rope
he would find the rope.
instead of wonderful actor Tom Hanks. Yes.
Tom Hyman.
You can call him whatever you want him. He's still Tom Hanks.
Okay.
He looks like
Um,
Tom Hanks.
But that's your spell, and then you've exhausted that spell slot, so to speak.
Yeah, for the day or whatever, for the encounter. I don't know how
Until your orangutan has a long rest. Yes.
Jesus. Okay.
No, until
Alright,
you
cool.
charge the amulet again, which you will have to do with a series of the same rolls. That's all,
Okay.
and you'll get better and better at it each time. So right now, the successful spell that you have made is worth 12. It's, yeah.
Okay. I'll just write down 12 somewhere.
Yeah, like yeah. Any spell that is a 12, that's the difficulty you gotta hit, it's automatic success.
I see.
You can't do the impossible.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm
and
writing
12
this down.
So 12 is anything that's rather impressive, but not impossible. He can't ride a dragon for you.
You don't know that.
You're right, we'll find out.
Okay, got it.
Okay? And you're free to leave class.
I do not leave class. When everybody leaves, I listen for the clicking noise coming from the Devil's Trap.
Love it. Yeah, you hear it. It's not really anything exciting. It's just this kind of comes and goes, so faint, clicking sound. Just
I motion the teacher over to me as I'm like bent over this Devil's Trap. And I'm like, do you hear that?
what am I listening for?
It's like an intermittent clicking sound. Like
Perhaps that is water dripping from the pipes, or something of that nature.
It's coming from like right here. Is there a specific part of the pentagram that it's stronger, like a corner up of the
No,
star?
it's under the circle.
What's under this circle? Is there something trapped down there?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay.
Roll. God, what is this? Your investigation here.
I say brains.
Of course you would. Yeah, I guess, sure. Roll brains at disadvantage though, because you don't really know what you're talking about.
Wow.
You chose brains.
With disadvantage, you say?
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
I thought you guys bones all the time. Like,
I rolled a critical fail, so it doesn't necessarily matter. I rolled a 1.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Oh, we're finally doing a push-up! We're finally doing an actual push-up. Great fail roll. Great. Awesome. That took way too long.
This was worthwhile.
Yeah, she doesn't really know what you're talking about, as
All
far
right.
as you can tell.
Okay, I look on my map and I sort of like mark where this is on my map, or since I know it changes, I take out a piece of paper and I draw where this building is on my map, and I try to go to right underneath where that's. Are we on the first floor still?
You're still on the first floor, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, I guess, and I leave the class.
Now, the closest way to get, so the nurse's station is right next to defensive magic, and that is the only spot in the school that is where students can go underground.
I run to the dining hall, orangutan, right behind me, and I say, "Hey, everybody!" And then everybody looks at me, and I say, "Sorry, you 3 specifically." And I do this, and I grab lots of food, and I just start handing pieces of bread to my orangutan. Here, go eat, because we're not gonna have time to come back and eat. So I'm just handing him food.
Okay, so before you is fried chicken, and the usual biscuits and gravy mashed potatoes. It's Americana comfort, but
Just
to celebrate, and this is me bleeding into the real world here. Jollibee was just the Chicken Joy was just named the best fried chicken in America.
Really?
Over 15 other chains, yeah, it was named the best fried chicken. So everybody's eating Jollibee fried, and just with,
Do they have any
got,
fruit?
the spaghetti with
yeah, spaghetti.
Does that mean we're in America?
No, but it does mean that Headmaster
the
Lisagoy is
Philippines.
thrilled. Yes.
Where the hell? What is a Jollibee? Man, does Florida just have all these restaurants?
No,
This
it's
is
a
not a
thing.
Florida thing. We don't have this in
Florida.
Florida. I discovered this out here. It's a Philippine fast food chain that made its way over to America.
Where is it here? We'll have to talk about this later, because otherwise we could take up all our time.
Panorama City, Beverly
Yeah.
Boulevard, 7th Street, Eagle Rock Plaza, Alhambra, Torrance, Artesia, West Covina, Carson,
So-
Anaheim.
As you jump into the room, JJ, and make this grand announcement, and your orangutan is going crazy all over the stuff and bread, and he's just grabbing stuff off the table. People are taking notice, and one person's like, "Oh, I love you guys," because you guys be weird. The orangutan's on the table. Someone just goes, "I just saw a butt," because the orangutan is in their face.
Sorry,
you're
get off
creating
the
a
table.
commotion.
I tell him to get off the table, pick it up like a. Here, I'm looking for fruit. Is there any fruit?
Yeah, sure.
I grab a pear, and I'm like, eat this, eat better, pear. Come on, you can't just jump on the table. I grab a giant chicken thigh and start eating.
Yeah. So everyone, you and your orangutan are enjoying Filipino comfort food, while Paris and Anahit, I assume, are doing the same. Alex can join the party now.
Yay!
So Alex makes his way all the way from upstairs and is now in the grand cafetorium himself. And you got fried chicken, and spaghetti, and hot dogs.
What is this place?
There's
It's-
the hot dogs are in the spaghetti. It's
Yeah.
Filipino spaghetti. spaghetti. It's interesting.
There's gravy on the side. It's awesome.
Wow.
There's pictures online, Garrett. It looks
Um,
pretty good.
Oh, I guess we're not going to Popeyes now. We're going to Jollibee.
It's still fast food. Try the Hello Hello. You might say you might like it.
I might say hello, hello.
You might.
What are we doing?
Yeah, what are we doing? Are we all at our own tables then?
You're all
We're all
at
at
the
our
tables
house.
right now, and I was wanting to give Alex the opportunity to come into. If he wants, you don't have to. You can go anywhere, obviously.
Okay, if I'm the last one in, I come in, I say, "Hey, everybody!" Not all of you, you three. The exact thing that he.
Awesome, love it.
I give you a high five because we're friends.
Yeah, friends high five.
And I go, you shouldn't make a scene like that. That's really like weird.
Oh, sorry.
I did the same thing though, to be fair.
Nice.
I
Where are the
start
girls?
waving at Alex. Hey, Alex, up here. JJ.
All
Trying to
right.
get them to come over.
All right. So, I've done a little bit of research as to where the school is located. We've been trying to figure that out, and
Yes.
I've determined it is in the northern hemisphere.
That's like one half of the planet.
Yeah, that's half the planet off the list. We don't have to. We've narrowed it down.
Alright, that's
okay.
fair.
Helpful?
Maybe.
I had a thought on heat. Do you recognize the types of plants that are growing outside?
I mean, I haven't really been outside very much except for when we were kind of like snooping around out there. But it was like dark. I think, wasn't it dark? I don't remember now.
On a
The
heat, we did
first
see all
time
those
it was-
brambles. Oh,
The first time,
Oh.
yes, it was very dark, and you probably wouldn't be able to catch stuff. You were out recently, though, close to dusk, so you did have seen the trees and lights. They're, oh boy, yeah. You name, oh my God, it's mostly oak, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there were really big trees. I think there were oak trees,
Is
which
there any like distinguishing plants? Anything that like addition to the oak, maybe?
we just saw brambles, those prickly shrubs, and some of them grow blackberries on them. So, I mean, I've definitely seen those when I went to visit my grandmother in Connecticut. But I don't know, like, I don't think, like, those don't just grow in North America. So I'm not sure. It's hard to say.
Yeah, you find. God. Guys, I didn't want to do this. You find a bush that it feels like a small tree that is just covered in thorns. So I said brambles. Let's change that to something that's got nice, sharp thorns on it. Wow, Paris, you sure got lucky with just a scratch. For 10. Yeah.
yeah, they're super thorny.
Hard.
It wasn't
Yeah, so-
brambles then. Okay.
I mean, but they were in a
Yeah.
cluster. They were in a cluster, so. Yeah. Oh my god, you guys make this so hard.
What were you saying, Paris?
The
All right,
cluster of whatever whatever these plants were that sort of scratched me, but I luckily got away. We saw something that looked like the door that we came out of. The door that we came out of before, but it wasn't the same door.
Yeah.
Okay.
What door was it?
We came
Big
here to tell
wood
you
door.
guys first. Yeah.
What'd you say, Anahit?
They were just big wood doors, and they were covered by the thorny
What's-
bushes.
Okay, here's the thing. I think down in the basement, I heard a clicking noise coming from under the pentagram. Has anybody been to the room that's got the big pentagram in the middle?
Yeah,
I heard yeah, today was a crazy day, Alex.
but the only thing that's underneath there is the nurse's station.
Right, but what if it's not?
I don't know.
Well,
did
what
nurse
if the
be,
clicking
like,
noise came from the nurse?
Wait, what? I don't think
You are the only one who's been to the nurse's office, right? Or have we all been? I don't
we
remember.
were all there.
We
But
were
the
there?
te-
Well,
Yeah.
because who's stuck there? Have we ever seen whoever that lady was outside of the nurse's office, or she's stuck there?
I don't know. The teacher couldn't hear the noise. I could. Come here. Let me see if you guys can hear it.
Okay, I
I-
guess we can.
Or unless we want to go. I don't know. What do you think? Do we want to go investigate outside with the wooden door, or do we want to go see this pentagram and go underneath it?
I feel like it needs to be darker for us to go outside. I don't want to
And
get caught.
Because you're bringing up the door, I'm going to give you an actual answer. So,
Okay.
Anahit, because you're plant friendly, you don't know what this plant is. It's a small tree that could easily be mistaken for a bush that has shiny red leaves and 2-inch long thorns that project from its stems. And on this tree are bright red fruit.
Like big or small?
I'm
We
gonna
would have
say
seen it.
small. I'm
Wait,
gonna
so
say
where was this though? This wasn't the thing in front of the door.
the brambles you saw was
Yeah.
a matted like weaving collection of these small trees.
Oh, I see.
Those
Kind
are
of
the
like
brambles.
a grapevine or something, like kind of like that.
I mean, you ever seen pepper trees in Florida? How they just kind of
Probably.
twist around each other?
Can't think of what that
Um,
looks like, but
Well, and the thing is, I have to do all this research now. I don't think you would plant, but that you're able to give it a accurate enough description that somebody could maybe look it up later. I'm gonna be fair on that.
But this was in front of the door.
This is what was blocking the wooden cellar doors. Yes. So JJ asked for a
Yeah.
description from Anahit, and Anahit, I'm giving you that description.
yeah, it was almost like
Yeah.
a bush tree thing, but the leaves were red and kind of waxy looking, and they had really big thorns. Like they kind of snagged Paris, and there was like fruit on them, which was like, what?
Maybe if we looked them up, we could figure out where we are.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I've never seen this before, so I would like to know too. Just anyway.
But
I am so proud of each and every one of you. Really. You're all pulling your weight. Not that I didn't think you wouldn't, but
Thanks.
you're just so
Hey,
great. Group hug!
okay. All right.
Yay.
Give him a group hug. This
Oh,
is so
yeah.
weird. People think that we're so weird. I want you to
And
know
I
that.
can't wait to see how the Brooms team comes back in good favor tomorrow morning. You guys, we're gonna call it here with the group hug. Beautiful.
Okay.
And acknowledging how weird you are. We will pick up in this group hug because you guys have the night to get into all shift. But yeah, have we decided on where we want to go?
No, not
No,
yet.
Okay.
because we want to give Alex something first, maybe. So we'll figure it out, I guess.
Oh wait, yeah, let's not end here. No, group hugs are great. Group hugs are great, but let's keep going.
So,
We got time.
Anahi,
Okay.
show Alex what's in your bag.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
wait. Did we get? I guess we got the seeds. Yeah, you got the seeds.
No, I
Happened.
didn't. I
wait.
didn't get to see it yet.
Oh wait, can't I have Diamonds go get a random item, my prepare thing?
Yes.
Oh crap, I don't have any tokens.
Diversity?
This is something I don't. You weren't prepared for in the beginning of the day. Like you came up with this idea, and then I would probably have to say no anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, but I will say that you were absolutely prepared with something soft in which to wrap up this item. So you can keep it protected.
With the fox or the chia thing?
Fox.
Oh, okay.
The chia fox.
Fox.
You want me to put it back in Diamond's little pouch? Is that what you're saying?
No. You took it out of Diamond's pouch. I'm gonna say that
Yeah.
you wrapped it up in something to keep
Like a
it protected in your bag. Or did you take it from her pouch when you first saw her, or did you leave it in her pouch? I mean.
Well, I gave it to Anahit.
Yeah,
Right.
I had
So you
it.
wrapped it up. Yeah. You wrapped. I'm just gonna say that you wrapped it up in.
Okay.
You were. It like broke up there. I didn't hear.
I wrapped it up in what? Yeah, sorry, your voice cut out.
I don't understand what's happening to me. Something soft. In the
Okay, so
beginning
you
of the
got-
day, you pulled a scarf or a spare T-shirt or something to protect the porcelain figure in Anahit's bag.
Okay.
Did we already discuss that in this session or no?
No.
No, but
It's assumed that maybe it was like a little makeup washcloth or something. Like something
What
soft
I'm-
that I haven't used yet.
There you go.
what I'm saying is, this morning before you left, everyone left for their day. Paris thought, I'm gonna take this washcloth and just put it in her bag. Just had it ready,
Okay.
just because she didn't know what she needed it for, but she knew she needed it, and
Sure.
wrapped up the fox when she took it from Diamond to give to Anahit, put it in her bag. So now there's a porcelain fox
And
sitting
what kind of
in your
color
bag,
makeup cloth?
wrapped
What's the
in a
color
makeup
of your
cloth.
washcloth? What's the color of the
Okay,
washcloth?
Peach.
Ooh, peach.
Peach cloth. All right. Yeah.
Can we yeah, I guess it's time for us. I feel bad we don't have the seeds. I mean, can I send Diamond really quick to go grab them? Like she can be super fast. Where the hell would she get chia seeds?
It doesn't have to be chia seeds. Wait, I don't know what it is. It could be any seeds, right? If it's just a plant.
What are you talking about? What's in
Yeah. What else do you have in your bag, Anahit? Do you have any other like seeds? Sure.
I
Even though-
mean, I have sunflower seeds, but those are like a snack.
I don't know. Can you like sprout seeds out of sunflower seeds like that?
I mean, some of them, yeah. I don't know. Actually, I might have. Let's see. I mostly carry dried herbs, but oh, I might have let's see.
I imagine Anahit is opening up her giant bag and just like
No. Like
this,
Mary
this,
Poppins
this,
style.
this. Yeah.
I might have rosemary seeds. It'll smell really good.
Yes. Let's do that.
Yeah, your room probably still smells horrible after the snicking incident. God, it was rancid when I went in there.
Where are we getting seeds for? You haven't explained
Oh,
anything. What's in the-
Okay. Did you put them in there, Anahit?
Yeah.
Like,
I'll put
subtly?
them in here.
Alex, we would like to present to you.
It's a
Uh-huh.
fox.
It's a little familiar for you to take care of. We know how much you miss Enzo, and we thought this was something that you could take care of.
How does
They present you with a porcelain statue, figurine, however you want to call it. Porcelain fox that is sitting upright with its tail curled around its side in front of it. The tip of it is gold. It's got Roman numerals all over its chest, marking its tufts of fur in gold, and a crown of leaves, bay leaves, also made of gold. The rest of the fox, though, is snow white.
Okay, I pick it up, I look at it.
someone at the table goes, "Aww."
What is it? Magic words? Do I need to do a certain spell, or what makes it?
Yeah.
know,
Does it
yeah,
come
what brings
alive?
it to life?
It's
Yeah.
just a ceramic figurine right now.
You have to take care of it. He put some seeds in there.
Oh,
Yeah, you just have to water it like a plant, and then
and then
it'll
then
grow.
it'll start
Come
moving.
to life?
You know,
Um,
the first step is to water it, and then
Okay.
we'll go from there. Baby
Cool.
steps.
It's like a
Mhm.
chia pet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Chia pets are
Stop
cute.
that look
But
on his
thanks for doing
face.
But I'm excited about this.
Hey, I just
But it's
learned in
not
my
chia, it's a surprise.
Yeah.
you should
Hey.
name it.
Oh yeah.
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 I mean, you don't have to name everything.
No. I can't call him Enzo. I'm gonna call you Frisket.
Oh, that's cute.
I just learned in my last class that you can like animate certain objects to like follow you and protect you, like a golem is what she said. So I don't know. I mean, if we get the book on wards, we might be able to figure out a way to make it protect you, follow you around.
But
Yeah.
first, I have to add water.
Yes.
and then-
Baby steps. Thank you, Alex.
But we'll look up how to do it later. I have to go to the library anyhow. I have a book that I'm gonna take back.
Look at you want to go to the library. Oh yeah, Oh yeah, we're from North America. Got it.
Figure that out.
Proud of you for reading today.
But before we do anything else, and I like carefully like wrap it back up and I put it in my stuff. We've got an adventure to go on.
We'll find out what that adventure is next time on Dungeons and Detention.
Wow, what a good button.
Great buttons, everybody. There were lots. I wanted to end it on the group hug because that was too. But thank you for reminding me. There's always more to do with you guys, and I love it. But we have to cut the night short. Not short, but we have to cut it off at some point, everybody. And thanks for toughing it out with us in the audience. Oh wow, there was a lot happening today. It was another kind of like low stakes episode. But you are gonna get into trouble. I could just tell.
Man, when you make a pentagram click at me, I gotta figure out what's going on with us. I think I'm possessed by demons.
Ooh. Spoilers. We have a question from the chat. Why does it have to end here? Because I haven't eaten today. Well, no, that's a lie. I have eaten today, but it's been a while, and I need to do it again. Yeah, I gotta go to bed for work in the morning. This time slot, guys, it's the one we get, 7 to 10. But more bad news. We will not be back next week. We all are busy people with interesting lives, and they're great. So we are gonna end the show with a nice little cliffhanger of you've gone through all of your classes now. You all have a wealth of magical knowledge that you did not have at the top of this show, which is 2 days ago, as far as the game is concerned. And when we pick back up,
10 weeks ago.
it does. It feels just like, I think we're actually on this next week will be week 13, which seems fitting for us to take that one off then as a holiday. Yeah.
It's the chaos.
No, 13's a good number with you guys. It's a lucky number here in the magical world, full of witches and wizards and warlocks. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna end on the cliffhanger, and then when we pick back up, we'll pick it right back end of dinner.
This is going
Tuesday
forever.
night,
No.
the beginning of the meteor shower.
We didn't hear what you just said.
Ah!
I heard the
Pick back
beginning
up,
of the
and then it
meteor
was like-
shower.
You know what? Okay, I don't know if this one's gonna be any better, but we'll find out. Yes, so I love you in the audience, and truly thank you for sticking around. we will be taking next week off because and I love that it's simultaneous. That's the good news. We all happen to have things we have to do next week on the same day, Monday. So we will be back the following Monday, which will be September 5th, and we will pick right back up where we left off at the end of our comfort food dinner, and finding out which of these adventures, these potential adventures, Alex is going to be leading the Misfits on next.
Yeah, we got. Hold on, let me make a list so I can write it down. We've got the meteor shower. I know, I'm
Mr.
actually taking notes.
Take notes.
Yeah, we got the meteor shower. We've got the bramble door. Whoa,
I think
Black Betty.
we'll
bramble door.
remember. We'll remember, Garrett.
Okay.
It's all good.
I'll also remind you. I always do
Yeah.
my recaps for your benefit.
Yeah, it's all good.
But let's recap tonight's episode now. What were some in the chat? Please sound off and let us know what little instances you were inspired by, and you four do the same.
I loved.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I loved Alex's copious notes. I thought that was interesting, and I liked that he was trying to pass notes back and forth. But I also really enjoyed that he was like trying to draw the night sky. I thought that was cool and very in character, of like him ignoring this girl who very much wanted to talk to him. I like that a lot.
I admittedly was surprised by that, just a little bit. And I was hoping I would distract you from it, but you didn't take the bait. Not really.
Nope.
So good for you.
Single-minded of purpose.
Yes. Notice. I personally love that Anahi walked up and talked to the cute boy finally.
Yeah, she had the
And
bravery.
she was
Honest, that's what I was
the
gonna say
cutest
too.
one.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
The Dragon Rider.
It was just too exciting not to.
I'm happy to finally see JJ and his familiar really starting to have something going on between them. This is a long time coming. So I saw that there were strides towards that was very exciting for me to witness.
Yes. We'll get there. One day I'll name him, but it is not this day.
And Harris, I thank you for reminding that you had a gift for JJ. Thank you for catching the brambles.
You're
Like,
welcome.
You're moving this thing along in a direction I really like, and I'm appreciating it because there's a lot for me to juggle, and I'm trying not to drop the ball. But it's nice when you guys catch the clues, and yeah.
Cool.
I also love your talking child. Just always, never.
Well,
never
yeah,
having
that child has to be in a couple of the classes, so it's the same character. If people hadn't noticed, I'm not creating a different child. It's the same child
Yeah.
in the classes with everybody else.
Yeah.
What's her
Yeah.
name?
I don't know if
we
anybody
haven't
caught
gotten
it,
to that
but
part yet.
most of the Tuesday, Thursday classes,
Yeah, man.
it would
Most
be
of
the
the
same
Tuesday, Thursday classes, what?
They're
Sorry,
all
you're-
arranged by. It's like the 13-year-olds are all in this class. The 15 class,
Oh, I see. Okay.
different, with different experience in each class, but basically being the specialized courses. Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know, you could probably tell us the overarching goal of your entire campaign right now,
And we'd be like,
and we would catch just enough.
we only. It's like all of a
to
sudden
be
it's
as
fine, and then you're like,
informed.
and that's why I did it. We're like,
Oh,
and we just haven't been telling you, but that's been a lot of the night.
So it's not my microphone; it's my connection.
It's Discord. Discord has a thing where
Discord.
it will block out noises it thinks are extraneous sounds.
Like
So
when
you
I did
have-
my hello, I said hello, but I sang it, and I guess it didn't like that. So.
It hates
So it
me.
just doesn't like my voice. That's all.
It
Okay, got
it's
it.
because the timbre of your voice is so smooth. It sounds like it should belong to the room it's in. So it's like, oh, that's not his voice. That's just the sound of the room he's in.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Copy.
Copy. Gosh, I'm so glad we paid off to getting Alex his fox friend, and I'm very happy that I learned in wards we can make golems, so now I can animate it and make it come to
Oh
life.
yeah, I was really hoping you would bring that up because I was like, I had no control over any of the pieces, but I was like, I'm gonna have a fox golem. Bring me the fox and let me learn about golems, please.
Gross rosemary. He's gonna be so useful for cooking.
We were
Alex,
trying so hard to give you some simple ass pet, and you have to go and animate it. We just want to give you a plant pet.
Yeah.
Alex, I'd like to remind you that you didn't really make a new friend today, but they did tell you stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, boys.
Cool. All right, well, let's get this pony or whatever started, and we'll head out because we also have to grab some food. So, Amelia.
I think that's
All
My
right,
pony's been trying to get started all day.
Okay, so we have our favorite moments. They are now up. They're up for voting for our audience and for all of you. So,
sorry.
Alex paid attention and took notes. Good for him.
I'm so sorry. I have to add in something. There needs to be an honorable mention for Brahms' bone white dragon that he has practiced with every day, who's much bigger than the other dragons.
He's really good at riding.
I did not catch what I said. I did not catch the innuendo that
Kevin.
went forth.
Oh boy.
Oh, I think
Yep.
I caught.
It was full of innuendo. It was full of it. I'm sorry.
The dragon's name is Shade. It's the color of it's off-white. It's like a grayish white.
You don't need to tell me what color it is. Listen, I already have enough information.
The fact that he's alabaster pale is a coincidence. Gotta look like okay. Anyway, himself, not his face. Oh God! All right.
Yeah.
So yeah. Fine. Second vote for
Whatever.
option is Anahit flirting with Brahm, who I guess by introducing his dragon or mentioning his dragon.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He mentioned his
JJ.
dragon 2 to 3 times.
Oh my goodness. JJ bonded with his orangutan, and made him a present.
Am I just
And then-
hold on, am I just living out Dunstan Checks In? Is that my
Yeah.
story?
That's the story that you're getting.
And then Paris also gave a gift to her favorite little ape-like person. I don't know why I said that. Alex.
Oh, I was like,
Sure,
who?
He's a little monkey.
He's my macaroni and cheese man, not my monkey man.
Also, Paris pushed
Or I
on
guess
to go talk
ramen.
to Brahm as well.
She did.
She was the catalyst for A, figuring out the brambles because she attacked them with her arm, and B, pushing Anahit to go talk to Brahm.
Hey man, she talked to him. That's where my vote goes. If you Justin, if you're listening, my vote goes for Anahit talking to Brahms.
Justin's
And then
always
giving me the
listening.
sweet deets afterwards.
Give you the sweet deeds. I really enjoyed listening to you two talk boy talk for a minute. It was very fun. For me, it was just fun.
It's fun for me to remember what it was. Be a teenage girl too.
Yeah.
I think I vote for Alex also. I'll vote for Alex also. Yeah.
For taking notes.
Yeah. I'm kind of brushing off. Girl. Yeah. It was fun.
And sad.
This one's going to my man JJ. I like him in the monkey. Not monkey.
It's an orangutan.
Orangutan.
I can get indignant about it now because I gave it a rock.
Yeah.
Oh man, what do I want? I don't know. I liked it. I feel like everybody took what they did well and ran with it. I think my vote's gonna go to Anahit talking to the boy. You know, it was sufficiently fun and a little awkward, and I loved the inner monologue moment where you're like, wait, did you actually say that? And she was like, no, I'm 14. I definitely thought it, but didn't say it.
I know. I want to hear like on here, or I want to hear all of us like at certain moments like break out and have like these. What are their inner monologue that's going on right now? That's funny. It's great. You could have an entire episode based on that.
Oh
Funny.
my god.
Oh
yes.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna go there, but okay.
Okay.
I do like being sufficiently embarrassed as well. I feel like it's just been a fun sort of. I don't know. JJ feels so much more volatile than me as a person because being in class and getting things wrong and being embarrassed, it's just been very fun to be like, I remember what that was like to be called up in the middle of class. And could I imagine if I was hearing things that nobody else could hear in my class and my teacher's like, I don't know what that is? I would be so, oh, man. Anyways.
I remember when I pointed out that the speakers were on in my class, and everyone turned and looked at me, and they were like, "Are you a dog?"
Oh my
Just
god.
Yeah, I remember that experience of being like, I hear something that no one else does.
Yep. Can you hear those mosquito alarms? You know,
I don't think I can anymore because I've worked in too many haunted houses.
oh,
So, yeah.
You're
So-
welcome.
Sometimes it just gets haunted out of you.
I meant like at theme parks, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anywho, Justin's pointing out that I was referred to as a dog before I moved out to LA. Got involved in performance. Yeah. Anywho, speaking of dogs, there is whiskey. We need to call it. But not next week. The week after, we'll come back to take familiars, including his new Alex's new inanimate familiar.
Yeah.
For now.
Thank you guys always for tuning in. Remember that Broad Strokes Plays is be back tomorrow at 7 for Justin playing Stray with his virtual familiar. I'll be back taking photos of more familiars with Pokemon Snap. We'll be doing it again the following week. We'll not be back on Monday, September 5th at 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time for the next installment and this next great adventure of Walk on Roll presents Dungeons and Detention. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye!
Wow.